Hello பசங்களா, welcome all of you to NEET Tamil Nadu. எப்படி இருக்கீங்க? நல்லா இருக்கீங்களா? So இன்னைக்கு வந்து நம்ம body fluids and circulation தான் பார்க்க போறோம் students. So one shot of body fluids and circulation. நம்ம வந்து locomotion and movement, breathing and exchange, excretion done, body fluids and circulation, then I'll do chemical coordination as well because these are the high asked chapters. Neural control and coordination we will do little more late because அங்க வந்து கொஞ்சம் topics you will tend to forget very fast. Okay, so body fluids and circulation students, notes வந்து description boxல இருக்கும். You have to download and take it, so please take the notes and keep it. So last minute it will be very helpful because you know I write the entire NCERT on my notes, so adanala and notes வந்து ரொம்ப beneficial ah irukum. And students weightage பார்க்கும்போது 2024 ல வந்து நமக்கு 3 marks தான் இருந்துச்சு. ஆனா 2025 ல வந்து complete game flip ஆச்சு. So we do not know correctly how much weightage we can expect. So I'm telling you, do not depend on the weightage. We are going to learn the chapter in such a way that I am a future doctor. So if I am a future doctor, I should know this chapter. Okay. So before that, make sure that you're subscribing to the channel because we have lot of small mini milestones to achieve. So adanala I want all of your support for that. So make sure that you're subscribing when you're watching a lecture. Even if 5-10 minutes of anything in this channel is helping you, make sure that you subscribe. Okay, don't go without subscribing. Okay va students, start பண்ணலாமா நம்ம body fluids and circulation. So introduction வந்து what is the introduction? So students, body fluid and circulation படிக்கும்போது first we should know animal tissues. அதனால தான் I kept telling you that animal tissues is a very important chapter because நம்ம MBBS ல also this will be the foundation. நமக்கு tissue பத்தி அதெல்லாம் basic. Okay, that basics you should know. Forget about weightage. These are the basics that you have to know. So in the body fluids and circulation students, what is this body fluids? Where have we studied about body fluids? You will remember that we have studied that there is something called as specialized connective tissue. All of you remember Ladri saw a snake fight. So on the specialized connective tissue we have studied about fluid connective tissue. Yes or no? Yes ma'am, we have studied about fluid connective tissue, and the fluid connective tissue students you have blood, adukapram lymph, so in the blood patita we are going to study in this chapter. Okay va? So under specialized connective tissue, and where does this specialized connective tissue come from? Ma'am, it comes from the connective tissue, right? Under connective tissue you study about this. So under connective tissue da nama idu patti we are going to study. So under connective tissue we studied about specialized connective tissue. Under specialized connective tissue namakku vandu fluid connective tissue irukum, and the fluid connective tissue vandu divide aichu blood plus lymph. Okay va? Now today we are going to study about blood. We are going to understand about heart. So normally when I teach you the body fluids and circulation, you should remember what is the function of this fluid. Usually fluid does what job students? Ma'am, mainly it will do one job of transport. Correct thane? So in the fluid connective tissue and the students mainly edukku help pannum transport kaga. Okay, transport kaga enna transport pandradhukku? They help in transport of nutrients. Okay, they help in transport of nutrients. That is the main thing that they transport, but not the end of it. Okay, yes, come on all of you. They also help in transport of gases, which we studied in breathing and exchange. Transport of gases, okay, transport of gases, nutrients, and also nitrogenous waste. All of you remember this? Yes or no? They help in removal of nitrogenous waste. இது எல்லாக்குமே இந்த fluid connective tissue வந்து help ஆகும். Mainly நம்ம பேசும்போது blood பத்தி தான் நம்ம பேசுவா. Okay va students, this is clear or not? So students, in very primitive organism we know that this kind of transport will not happen. Like example, in Porifera we saw water canal system, in Echinodermata we saw your water vascular system. So அந்த systemல எல்லாம் வந்து transport அப்படியே நடக்கும், like for food, locomotion, or let's say for capture, for breathing, these organs are going to help. But ana in higher organism நமக்கு வந்து circulatory system இருக்கும். அந்த circulatory systemல mainly நமக்கு 3 parts இருக்கும் students. என்னெல்லாம் இருக்கும்? Mainly ma'am, first we will have a heart. Yes or no? If heart is not there, because heart is the pumping organ. This is the motor. Okay, it is a pumping organ. Remember from our sump, நம்ம மனே ஃப்ரண்ட்டில் ஓகே மனே மீன்ஸ் ஹவுஸ் ஓகே ஸோ வீட்டு ஃப்ரண்ட்டில் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் தெர் வில் பி சம்ப் அந்த சம்ப் இன் blood sorry not blood water has to be pumped to the third floor இல்லைன்னா second floor ஸோ அந்த டிரான்ஸ்போர்ட் நடக்குது எப்படி பிகாஸ் ஆஃப் அ மோட்டர் அந்த மோட்டர் தான் நம்ம பம்பிங் ஆர்கன் ஸோ அது மாதிரி தான் நம்ம ஹார்ட் வந்து ரொம்ப இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் ஓகே ஸோ ஹார்ட் வந்து நம்ம பம்பிங் ஆர்கன் and it is not the hen students heart is going to be there blood vessels are going to be there because there should be pipe there should be pipe for the blood to for the water to go from the sump to the top so for that blood vessels will be there and then water should be there so who is the water blood so motor irukku pipe irukku and thanni irukku okay these are the three things that is seen in the blood vascular system nama blood vascular system la these are the three things that is there and this is what you are going to study in today's class okay are you all excited let's see lot of fire emojis in the chat okay and let's smash the like button and hit 100 likes quickly okay blood vascular system okay understood yes okay very nice energy should keep going I don't want any of you to pause stop do anything like that okay make sure that you are like continuously here okay now students we are going to learn about blood now blood mainly students namakku vandu two parts irukum blood ku okay so when you talk about blood first vandu nama plasma irukum okay all of you know plasma yes and second reflection irukku students adanal I can't see where I am writing I'm assuming it is in the correct place okay blood corpuscles illena formed elements okay I'll write formed elements only because what is there in NCERT you will write formed elements okay va clear so two main parts okay two main things is present one is your plasma and one is your formed elements okay understood ma'am understood okay this is the basic thing okay clear color is visible no yeah color is visible okay இப்போ வந்து students பார்க்கும்போது plasmaல வந்து how much percent நம்ம normally if you take the blood okay if you take the blood in this let's say in this tube இந்த டியூப்ல வந்து நமக்கு என்ன இருக்கும் we will have some percent of plasma and then we will have some percent of the cells correct தானே so இந்த plasma வந்து எவ்வளவு இருக்கும் students the plasma is going to be around 55% is going to be plasma how much is there 55% of the total blood you will have plasma now ma'am in this 55% what and all will be there so students in the plasma பார்க்கும்போது out of the 55% நமக்கு வந்து 90 to 92% எவ்வளோ 90 to 92% will have water okay it will be water and the rest 6 to 8% வந்து proteins இருக்கும் it's not the end there will also be nutrients as well okay and then we will also have 2 to 3% or even if I don't write exact percent also we should understand the rest we will have some nutrients okay almost 2 to 3% nutrients will be there okay va students so out of the plasma in that 55% of the total 90 to 92% வந்து தண்ணி இருக்கும் அதுக்கப்புறம் 6 to 8% வந்து proteins இருக்கும் 2 to 3% வந்து nutrients இருக்கும் so இதுதான் நம்ம plasma யோட composition so what are we studying here we are studying about the composition of the plasma இப்போ ma'am in the 6 to 8% proteins ma'am what are these proteins do they help us in any situation yes they do students you have to study about 3 proteins mainly and from here match the following has come in the previous years so make sure that you're making note of this okay so wherever I say that question is coming make sure that you're keeping a note of it namakku first one students it's called as albumin actually before when we were teaching excretion chapter anga vandu we used to teach about pressure osmotic pressure glomerular pressure there I used to talk about albumin but Anna that topic is actually deleted and questions never come from there so students panic when I teach that so adanal nama vandu adu complete remove panniyaachu but ange vandu we talk about something called as the pressure exerted so this albumin students mainly does the osmotic pressure so it does the balance or it maintains that osmotic pressure okay so that first protein is going to be albumin which is going to do the job of osmotic pressure. Please make a note in the NCERT. Okay, match the following has come in the previous year, that's why I am telling you. Okay, osmotic pressure. Second one, we already know about it. Second one, the students, clotting factor, that is your fibrinogen. Clotting factor, which is your fibrinogen. Enna pannuva? Clot pannuva. Okay, so it's the clotting, helps in clotting. Okay, clear? This should be there in the blood, otherwise how will clotting happen? Correct or not? Yes ma'am, it helps in clotting. Last one students, globulins. Enna irukum? Globulins. Globulins, where have we seen this word? Immunoglobulin. So, adu madri tha globulin. So, this is going to be part of our immune. இந்த word use பண்ணலாம் இல்லனா இன்னொரு word வந்து நம்ம questionல இருந்துச்சு, defense mechanism. So both the words you have to know because we can't predict which word will come in the question. Okay, defense mechanism. Clear? So students, 3 proteins are there. Albumin, which maintains the osmotic pressure, fibrinogen, which maintains the clotting, globulin, which is responsible for the immune or defense response. Okay, va? This is clear to all of you. Ma'am, what are the nutrients that are going to be present? That is also important, right? So, nutrients, when the students, almost all the nutrients which is required. Now, yesterday's class we studied about tetany. Tetany is actually rapid spasm, illana rapid contraction of your muscles. Adu vandu because of low calcium level in the body fluid. So, calcium will be there in the body because if calcium is less, then the neural overexcited neural impulses will go, because of which tetany happens. So, adu madri tha inga vandu there are a lot of nutrients that we have usually studied in our excretion chapter and all of it. So, many ions are going to be there, like okay, sodium ion is going to be there, calcium ion is going to be there. All these ions are going to help. Okay, HCO3 is there. This we have studied in breathing and exchange. So, whatever ions we have studied so far is already present in the body. Okay, it's already present in the body. Magnesium is there, calcium is there. Okay, so all these ions are, all these nutrients are going to be present in the blood plasma. Now when the students adu paakumbodhu formed elements, enna ma'am formed elements? Oh, before that, wait a minute. Now if I remove fibrinogen from this, okay, from this total composition, now when the fibrinogen remove pannitena, we call that serum. What do we call it? Serum. So plasma without the clotting factor is called as serum. Okay va? So we are writing it here. Red is visible, students? Okay then. Notes on the description box la irukum, and join We Need Telegram where you will get DPPs and everything. Okay, and don't forget on 18th Tuesday the 7 days challenge is coming to an end, and that day so many free giveaways, prices, discounts are there for all of you, which are going to benefit you a lot. So make sure that you are attending that live as well. It will happen at 7 p.m. So students, plasma without clotting factor, what do we call it? Serum. We call it serum. Okay, plasma without clotting factor is called as what? Serum. Clear? Yes or no? Now, in the blood, students, please understand there's also going to be other set of people, like who? Like your glucose, okay, like your amino acids, lipids, which are going to be in movement, okay, in transit. Okay, that word also is used in your NCERT. So make sure that you know that as well. That is your here, where do I write? Yeah. Glucose, amino acids, lipids, all of this is also going to be in transit. Okay, in transit. Clear? In transit it is going to be present. Okay va? I think that is too clumsy. Okay. Okay. Yes, I hope this is clear. Okay students, இப்போ இந்த side பார்க்கலாம், formed elements இல்லனா blood cells, blood corpuscles. So in the formed elements வந்து இங்க 55 use ஆயிடுச்சுனா students, how much is the maths? Let me see how many of you are good at maths. 45% of the total. They'll be like, ma'am, we are NEET students, ma'am, why will we be good at maths? Okay, basic maths you should know. Basic maths one chapter also is there, no? Okay, so students, here you will have red blood cells. This you are studying from smaller class and coming, yes or no? Red blood cells, white blood cells, then what is that? Platelets. Platelets. These are the people that are going to be present, okay? This can also be called as, okay, I should have written it a little more gap. One second, students, I'll write off the other name also here, because most of the time students don't know the other name. Okay, red blood cells or erythrocytes. What is it? Erythrocytes. So if you see somewhere erythrocytes word, don't faint and fall. Okay, so erythrocytes is another word for your RBC. Okay, ma? RBC. Okay, red blood cells. Next one, the students, white blood cells. White blood cells. Okay, or leukocytes. Leukocytes. Okay, அதுக்கப்புறம் என்ன இருக்கும்? Platelets இருக்கும் மேம். Or கொஞ்சம் பெருசான நேம் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ், thromboblast. Sorry, thrombocytes. Okay, thrombocytes. So leukocytes, thrombocytes, erythrocytes. Okay, this is our WBC. So this is the students introduction of the chapter. Screenshot venama, please take it. Otherwise, don't take screenshot. I'll give you the notes. Okay, notes are going to be beautiful. I'm writing it for you. Okay, this one empty slider. Empty slider. Okay, these are formed elements. Okay. So like this, I'll give you box for everything. So when you write the box, you will be able to remember everything. Clear? Yes or no? Now students, see, formed elements la namakku vandu correct boxes theriyum, like how much is present, what is the lifespan, adu maadhiri. Okay, so formed elements la first vandu RBC, then WBC, adukappuram platelets. So number vandu we should know, students. So number, how much is there RBC? All of you tell me in the chat box quickly. Okay, tell me in the chat box. The number is going to be around 5 to 5.5 million cm cube. Okay, 4 to 4.5 also you can write, no problem, or 5 to 5.5 million mm cube. Correct, no? This much of RBC will be there. In women, it might be a little less than in males. Okay, if students, hemoglobin content paakumbodha 12 to 16 grams of HB in 100 ml. This one nama already breathing and exchange la we calculated this. Okay, we calculated this, so adanal this one easy. Ipo structure and shape nama RBC eppadi irukum ma'am, adu vandu students, it is going to be biconcave in shape. Biconcave, people also say dumbbell shaped. Okay, dumbbell ilva, gym alli, gym. Okay, gym dumbbell. Okay, gym dumbbell is there. So dumbbell, biconcave and dumbbell shaped. Okay, shaped ஆயிருக்கும். ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ், இந்த இது என்னது RBC வந்து nucleated ஆயிருக்கும். Nucleated, இது வந்து important, அதனால I'm writing it in yellow. Okay, nucleated na என்ன ma'am? Devoid of nucleus. RBC க்கு nucleus கிடையாது. So அதனால அது வந்து true cell ன்னு கூப்பிட, you're not supposed to call. Okay, suddenly Tamil just vanished from my head. Okay, so nucleated. I hope I am improving in Tamil. You people should tell me in the chat box. Okay, how is my Tamil? Is it improving or it's deproving? You people are not teaching me only. Where you're teaching me? Okay, nucleated, devoid of nucleus. Now I'm talking every day to Vijay sir, because before I didn't have anyone to talk to. So adanala ipo vanda pesi I'm improving. Okay, so if small grammar errors are there, please forgive me. Okay, yeah. So students, nucleated aayirkum, that means it's devoid of nucleus. Okay va? Now students, other properties like example lifespan, graveyard, adella correct you should write. Okay, so students, lifespan of RBC is around just 120 days. How much? Just 120 days. Okay va? And now graveyard, that means where will they are, which is their graveyard? It is going to be spleen. Spleen is going to be the graveyard. This also you have studied from smaller classes and come. So these two things you will never have like a big confusion, because we know from small age we are studying and coming. Okay, and students, formation happens, RBC production, we can say formation happens in the bone marrow. Some of the production will happen in the bone marrow. Other than that, your JG cells, no, JG cells also is helping in this. I told you this in excretion as well. JG cells also will be helping. They will do erythropoiesis by releasing erythropoietin protein. Okay, erythropoietin protein. So these are the entire properties. Okay, let's see WBC, yes or no? Okay, WBC one, the students, here write it in different color. Okay, WBC is going to be around 6,000 to 8,000 mm cube. Okay, very simple small number. Okay, this is one small number, correct than small number. If a shape the students, we already know it is irregularly shaped. That's why in locomotion and movement I taught you that amoeboid movement. I had taught you about your WBC, because it is actually spelling you know amoeba void. Okay, amoeboid in shape. Okay, or we can say irregular shaped also, because it is irregular. Okay, it is not very regular or symmetrical. So we can also use one more word, it's asymmetrical or asymmetrical. Okay, it's asymmetrical. Wait. Okay, amoeboid or asymmetrical. If enucleated, students, these people have nucleus. Okay, this is nucleated. So adanala you don't have to, like, it's not an exception. But see here, one question had come one of the years and students were super duper confused. This is nucleated. So adanala nama WBC, RBC and platelets this is true cell. Why? Because this is nucleated. A proper cell should have a nucleus. No. So adanala we can call this fellow as the true cell. Okay, we can call this cell as the true cell. Ma'am, platelets, I'll tell you that. Okay. Now, students, WBC one, the two categories are going to be there. Okay, WBC is going to be divided into granulocyte and agranulocyte. Agranulocyte. Okay, wow. Granulocyte and agranulocyte. So granulocyte means they will have certain granules in them. Agranulocyte na, they will not have any granules in them. Okay. Artha the one, the students, platelets. Platelets na, here remember, platelets also is not a true cell. Okay, one second, let me drink some water. Platelets also is not a true cell. Okay, clear? Here, this is around 1.5 to 3 lakhs. Okay, this is how much platelets is there. Now, this platelets is actually formed because of a megakaryocyte cell. Okay, megakaryocyte. Cyte means cell. Okay, megakaryocyte. Clear? In the megakaryocyte cell, the students, this one the split eye. Okay, like it will undergo fragmentation. This is a velli cell. This will undergo multiple fragmentation. This is multiple fragmentation. It will become small fragments, and the small fragments is the platelets. Okay. Small fragments are called the platelets. Clear? The small fragments are called what? Platelets. So, adinala we are not calling it the true cell. Okay, we are not calling it as true cell because this is formed by fragmentation. Okay, these are just fragments. They are actually what? They are actually fragments. Clear? They are actually fragments. If one the students remember, platelets is going to help in clotting. That is the main function of platelets. So, they are going to help in clotting, and these people are going to release the 3rd and the 13th factor that later I will teach you. Okay, the 3rd and the 13th factor will be secreted by the platelets, which are going to do clotting. So, clotting is the main job that they will do. Any doubts you have, you can let me know in the comment section. Okay, let me know in the comment section. Okay, this is our entire formed element. So in the box it will become much easier for you people to study, so you will not have that confusion. Okay, if you want the students see understand. Now, composition of blood, this we have understood, yes or no? Yes ma'am, plasma is around 55%, white blood cells and platelets 4%, red blood cells are 41% because red blood cells will have the major job, okay, major job will be taken care by the red blood cells, because here they students please understand, they have to transport, okay, they have to transport gases, okay, they have to transport what? Gases, and you should remember in gases we have studied breathing and exchange on the carbon dioxide and oxygen. So on the carbon dioxide, so on the oxygen and on the carbon dioxide we should remember that here transport is there, here also transport is there. One hemoglobin can carry 4 oxygen molecules, okay, 4 oxygen molecules, okay, wow. Here also same thing, right? So this fellow has to do this job mainly, the transport has to be taken care by this person, okay. WBC is understood. Yes. Now students, some more things I have to teach you about WBC other than what we just studied, okay. So I will delete RBC, yeah, WBC. Now WBC yesterday in locomotion chapter when I taught you about something called as diapedicus. Okay, and some students were asking me, first time they were hearing this, what is ma'am diapedicus? Students, diapedicus is a oozing out, like basically moving out of this WBC to protect certain tissues. Okay, so that is what is called as diapedicus. In the diapedicus students, enna nadakum? So basically, nama capillaries illana venule. So here like this, capillaries will be there. So in this capillaries, inga vanda endothelial cells will be present. Okay, what cells will be there? Your endothelial cells will be present. In the cells they will start changing, okay, konjam modification nadakum. Why they have to do modification? Because WBC would have noticed that, just imagine, you only imagine, you are a police, okay, you are police, suddenly you are there, you are seeing one crime. Obviously, you will be in the van, you want to escape from the van and go help that person. Adu madri da, imagine, inga vandu or infection nadakudhu. Okay, here one infection is or inflammation, something is happening. Now, the WBC that is coming, it will notice this, it will notice it and it will want to squeeze out of this capillaries, okay. So, what will it do students? This will want to squeeze out of the capillaries. So, this is our capillaries. So, here the endothelial cells will do that job, okay. Okay, they will modify, they will do certain changes. I will not tell you much on the changes or anything. So, here they will start squeezing out, okay, they will start squeezing out of this space. Why? Because it wants to go and protect that. Otherwise, how will this WBCs escape and fight the pathogen? So, adanale avaru ipo paakumbodhe they will realize, okay, I have to squeeze out. So, the endothelial cells will do the job of helping them to squeeze out through the capillaries, and the modification, right, this will squeeze out and it will go and fight the pathogen, okay. So, this is the escape of WBC, we can say. Okay, this is the escape of WBC. This is called as students diapedicus. Okay, diapedicus, which is squeezing out of capillaries, squeezing out of WBC through the capillaries. Edukku? To fight the pathogen. So, this is a very important process students during an inflammation. So, in the process romba important. So, diapedicus is where the WBC is going to squeeze out, okay, WBC will squeeze out of the capillaries to go and fight the pathogen or the foreign particle. Okay va? This is diapedesis. So this is one of the function of WBCs because WBC வந்து it usually helps in fighting, right, immune system. அதுக்கப்புறம் students நம்ம WBC வந்து 2 divisions இருக்கு. So what is it? So WBC has 2 divisions. என்ன இருக்கும்? So this is the Telegram ID we need Tamil Nadu. So make sure you're joining that for all the updates and everything. So WBC students, there is granulocytes. What is there? Granulocytes are there and agranulocytes are there. Okay, granulocytes and agranulocytes. Clear? Granulocyte na enna? Granulocyte means presence of the granules is there. So based on presence and absence, okay, based on presence and absence of granules. Based on presence and absence of granules, namak vandu granulocyte is there and agranulocyte is there. So under granulocyte vandu students namakku ben irukum. Who will be there? Ben will be there, but ana ulta order la write. Ben tens ben is there, no, adu madri da. Ben you have to write it ulta, okay? It's something like that it should be. So N for neutrophils, Ben ulta, okay, neutrophils, eosinophils and basophils. Okay, basophils. So in granulocyte namakku vandu enna irukum? Ben tens, Ben will be there. Okay, who will be there? Ben will be there. Basophils, eosinophils and neutrophils. So remember, granulocyte we will have neutrophils, basophils and eosinophils. Okay va? Adukapram students, A granulocyte la vandu namakku ML will be there. ML, Ben ML. Okay, we will have monocytes and lymphocytes. Lymphocytes. Okay, so we'll have monocytes and lymphocytes. Ipo eppadi ma'am in the granules irukum? You want to see a diagram? I will show you a diagram for it as well. Okay, so we will draw here kuti. Okay, here also we will draw one kuti diagram. So idu vandu A granulocyte, idu vandu granulocyte. Okay, you'll be like, ma'am, we can't see, ma'am, you're covering it and you're telling okay. How is the energy? How is the Josh? Okay, come on, put some fire emojis in the chat. இப்படி இருக்கும் students. Okay, என்ன இருக்கும்? இது வந்து granules irukum, adu vandu A granular irukum, no granules. Okay va? Clear and easy? Any doubts? Any doubts? Some sound is coming from somewhere. I'm searching where it is. It's not seen only, students. It's not seen only. Done? Okay. Okay. Okay, this granules have certain job and all. Okay, they will help in inflammation, defense, adu madri it will have some functions. Ana ipo vandu here only we are studying granules and agranulocyte. But remember, they are small enzyme filled sacs. Okay, adu vandu they'll only neutrophils, eosinophils and basophils will have it because they also have some kind of functions to do like that. Okay, this is done and dusted. I hope WBC is done and dusted. Next one, students, we are going to write WBC and the entire thing in proper box form. Okay, so நம்ம வந்து start பண்ணும்போது percentage da, but ana to remember percentage there is a trick. The trick goes like this. The trick goes like this. Never, it's not a trick that I made, it is a trick that already exists. Never let a monkey eat banana. So for me it is easier to remember. Never let Mohan eat bread. It's up to you, students. Monkey venom, you can choose monkey, okay, or you can choose Mohan, okay, depending on you. So never let Mohan eat bread. இப்போ இதுதான் order of how this people percentage is going to be there. So first start பண்ணும்போதே n இருக்கு students. So n வந்து என்ன இருக்கும், neutrophils தான் இருக்கும். So neutrophils percentage வந்து majority highest percentage வந்து நம்ம neutrophils தான். So அதனால நம்ம neutrophils வந்து 60 to 65%. Okay, 60 to 65%. அதுக்கப்புறம் என்ன இருக்கு, lymphocytes இருக்கு. Lymphocytes is 20 to 25%. அதுக்கப்புறம் மோகன் இருக்கு ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ். மோகன் ஃபார் மோனோசைட். மோனோசைட் வந்து எவ்வளோ இருக்கும், 6 to 8%. வெரி குட், 6 to 8% இருக்கும். அதுக்கப்புறம் eosinophils வந்து 2 to 3% இருக்கும். bread beast bread beast stands for basophils 0.5 to 1% இருக்கும். So they will ask you which has the highest, which has the lowest. So this is the percentage. Okay, just remember, never let monkey eat banana. Then what else it will eat, ma'am? Don't ask me, I don't know. Okay, you should know. Clear? Don't ask me, I don't know what monkey will eat, you should know. Okay, notes is done. Clear? Okay, ma'am. Next one. Okay, இப்போ வந்து students eosinophils, basophils and neutrophils ulta order la irukka. Percentage வந்து you have to write. So never let Mohan eat bread. Eat means the second. So here it is going to be how much eosinophils is going to be. Quickly tell me in the chats. 2 to 3%. Very good. So 2 to 3% da irukum. Okay. Basophils வந்து 0.5% to 1%. Very less. Okay. Neutrophils வந்து highest 60 to 65% irukum. Okay, this is the percentage. அதுக்கப்புறம் students appearance எப்படி இருக்கும் ma'am? Okay, to see how will it look, beautiful it looks. Yes, it looks beautiful like all of you. Okay, here. Okay, diagram is important, they might ask you to identify, that is why. So students, eosinophils. Okay, eosinophils, remember E letter. Everything I'll give you a trick. Okay, eosinophils, you remember E letter. Why? Because your eosinophils, the structure, the nucleus, everything or the lobes are going to look like a headphones. Okay, it is going to look like a headset. You call this headset. Okay, like this it is looking. So E for ears, E for headphones. Okay, so like that you can remember. So inside this granules you have to draw, otherwise you will not get any marks, especially if you are going for board student also. Okay, PU first year also you will have no quarterly exam and all that. So this is how it is going to look like. Okay, va? Okay, now function students, they are mainly going to help in allergic reaction. Eosinophils are the first people, as soon as the foreign particle comes, it will be the first people to fight it. So adanala allergic reaction ku help agum. Allergic reaction. Okay, va? Clear? So E for ears. Okay, how many lobes are there? 2 lobes are there. Okay, eosinophils will be like that. Now students, basophils. So தானே கொஞ்சம் ஹைலைட் ஆயிருக்குதா. ஸோ இங்கே வந்து ஒரு எஸ் ஷேப்டாக இருக்கும் லோப்ஸ். ஓகே, இது மாதிரி இருக்கும். ஐயோ ரொம்ப பெருசாச்சு. Did you all see Talapathi's movie? Huh? I so badly want to go see students, but ஆனால் டைமே கிடைக்கல students. ரொம்ப பிஸியாக இருக்குது. Okay, so I couldn't go and see Jananayagan. I have been vibing for Talapati Kacheri. This is my vibe because I can't go see the movie. No time. So this one the students S-shaped lobes. So remember basophils. So the highest so S. Okay, so the highest so S. Okay, this one students it's going to help with inflammation. Okay, inflammation reaction this fellow is going to help. Basophil, even though it is very less, இது வந்து கொஞ்சம் ஷார்ப்பான basophil. Okay, even though it is very less, this is very very sharp. Why so ma'am? Because this is going to help in the release of heparin. Heparin வந்து anticoagulant. Okay, heparin, serotonin, histamine. Okay, serotonin, histamine. Okay, histamine. So inflammation, and I'll tell you what these people are going to do as well. Okay, heparin வந்து anticoagulant. Okay, histamine வந்து vasodilator. I'll teach you separately this. Okay. Now students, neutrophil. So neutrophil you remember with the N only. N only. So it is multi-lobed. Okay, multi-lobed. So we can draw like, imagine you are drawing N like this. Adamadrita you can draw. Elena, like this also you can draw. Sorry. Like this, okay, like multi-lobed it is. So some people also tell you that you can remember with the N letter only. So you can remember like that also. Okay, like this you can remember. Okay, like this, multi-lobed structure it is. So I have drawn it here like multi-lobe. So here multi-lobe, this is not how it looks. So it looks little bad, it looks a little sad and bad. So we will draw it little more like happy types. Okay, this is yes, happy neutrophils. So students, neutrophils also is very important because this fellow also is going to be helping with phagocytosis. So monocyte and neutrophil, it helps in phagocytosis. Phagocytosis na enna ma'am, engulfing the bacteria. Okay, engulfing the bacteria. So that is how they are going to fight. So these people help in phagocytosis, and please remember this has come as a question. Okay, this has come as a PYQ. So make sure that you study all this. Okay, this is the general characteristics, percentage, appearance and function. Avaloda. Okay, that's it. You have to know. More than this you don't have to know. Now monocyte and lymphocyte we have to study. Okay, monocyte and lymphocyte we have to study. Clear? So students, here this basophils, I'll write it in the next slide. Okay, next one is monocyte. Monocyte one enna irukum? Monocyte percentage one the second highest. Third. Never let Mohan. Okay. So here we will have monocyte around 6 to 8%. Okay. Lymphocyte one the 20 to 25%. 20 to 25%. Correct thane? Yes ma'am, correct. Now structure paakala students, appearance eppadi irukum ma'am. Okay. இதுதான் நம்ம monocyte, இதுதான் நம்ம lymphocyte. So monocyte and lymphocyte la வந்து students granules கிடையாது students. So அதனால only nucleus. So நம்ம இது போல ஒரு kidney shaped, almost kidney shaped இருக்கும் நம்ம monocyte வந்து. Lymphocyte nucleus வந்து வல்லுது, it's be big. Okay, big it will be little. Like this big structure it is going to be. Okay, there is no proper like structure round illa, it will be very big. Clear, it will be very big. Now I told you this monocyte also helps with phagocytosis. So if they ask you which are the two that is helping with phagocytosis, you have to write it. Okay, phagocytosis. Lymphocyte has multiple other functions, right? Lymphocyte vanda nama padikumbodhu we study B lymphocyte, T lymphocytes in human health and diseases. So adanale this fellow is going to help in humoral and cell mediated immunity. Okay, because we know that there is B cells, that is B lymphocytes, and we have T lymphocytes. Okay, B and T lymphocytes. So again students, immunity, basically sollena immunity, that is the main thing. Okay va? So this is the basic. Now I told you here with basophil, let me tell you some things. Okay, basophil. Basophil, I'll tell you few things. Okay. Enna and the three functions in paakalam students. So basophils usually, okay. Basophils usually, okay, ready? Yes. Basophils one usually it releases students histamine. Okay, histamine, adukapram serotonin and heparin. Okay, and heparin. In the histamine one, the students, what does it do? It basically does the job of vasodilation. Vasodilation na enna ma'am? So normally nama blood vessel vande illa arterioles வந்து இவ்வளவு தான் இருக்கும். ஆனா during any allergic reaction in the histamine வந்து it will vasodilated. So automatically you can see how much dilation has happened. Correct தானே? See, this much dilation has happened. So that vasodilation is taken care by the histamine. So it acts as a vaso. And students, what does this vasodilation will do? See, if we dilate the blood vessels, okay, if we do dilation of the blood vessels, automatically blood flow வந்து increase ஆகும். So during inflammation, நமக்கு ஒரு allergic reaction வந்தேனா நமக்கு immediately inflammation வர start ஆகும், redness வர start ஆகும். So blood flow increase பண்ணி how we can feel that warmth in that side, redness in the side. So that is what it is going to do. So it will increase the blood flow. Okay. Increase the blood flow. Okay, va? Vasodilation. Serotonin, students, it can act as vasodilator plus vasoconstrictor and mainly depends on the site and the receptor. This will do vasoconstriction. Okay, it will do what? Vasoconstriction. That means it will decrease the size of the blood vessel. Okay, that blood vessel size will be decreased. So from here we have decreased it to this. Okay, so main job is going to be vasoconstriction during inflammatory reactions. Okay, again students, all this for inflammation happening. So and the reactions வந்து கொஞ்சம் complex ஆயிருக்கு. So அதனால we will not get into it. Vasoconstriction. Constriction spelling வந்து vasoconstriction. Okay, va? Vasoconstriction. Then I told you heparin was the anticoagulant, okay, to prevent coagulation. Coagulant, okay, anticoagulant. Okay, va? Done, done? Yes or no? Okay, I went to take little tea so I can drink and teach you people. Okay. Okay, this is the basic thing, students. Leukocytes one the granulocyte, agranulocyte, undergranulocyte, eosinophils, basophils, neutrophils. Okay, va? Adhikappuram granulocyte, you know, monocyte and lymphocytes. Okay, this is understood. So this actually was a movement video, but Anna, I converted it into PDF, so adanala miss aachu. So what they are doing is neutrophils is doing phagocytosis, engulfing the bacteria. That is what we would have seen in this video. Okay, next one, the students, platelets. Platelets ena ma'am. So I already told you platelets are formed by megakaryocyte, and the one the actual cell the students, it's a big cell. Okay, megakaryocyte. So I told you, let's just draw a shape like this. Okay, okay, megakaryocyte. So on the megakaryocyte we have to do like this. Fragmentation will happen. Okay, enna nadakum? Fragmentation will happen. This fragments will lead to, okay, this fragments will lead to formation of small fragments. No, these fragmentation will lead to formation of small irregularly shaped fragments. Okay, so these are called as platelets. So is it a true cell? No ma'am, it is not a true cell, because this megakaryocyte itself is a specialized cell that is formed in the bone marrow. Megakaryocyte. Students, in the cell is actually a cell that is a specialized cell. Okay, va? It's a specialized cell that is found in the bone marrow. Specialized cell found in the bone marrow. Understood? It is found in the bone marrow. So these are not true cells. Okay, obviously these are not true cells. Okay, true cells. Now I told you platelets on the clotting help agum. Anna, how do they exactly help in clotting? Adu mukkiyam dana students. So adanale remember nama platelets vanda it actually helps in coagulation, clotting of blood. Okay, coagulation of blood. Notes will be in the description box. Okay, don't miss it. And if you want to join me on my Telegram, it's Biology by Gopika. You can join the Telegram. It has around like the the telegram which has highest students, make sure you join that. Coagulation of blood, or else it is called as clotting of blood. In the coagulation process, students, we have to have, remember, platelets the release panna factors. Okay, there are certain factors that are going to help the coagulation of blood. So factor 3 and factor 13. With randume, it is going to be released by the platelets, rest are released by the liver. So factor 3 and factor 13 will be released by platelets. Okay, by platelets. It will be released by the platelets. So this people do coagulation of blood, and under coagulation of blood a cascade of reaction. Cascade na students, like cascade of reaction. In a cascade of reaction na nama waterfalls paakumbodhu eppadi irukum students? Waterfalls this is how waterfalls will be, no, like this. Water has to come from one step. So this is the cascade of reaction. That means from one step it has to come to the next step. From here it has to come here. From here it has to come here. So this is the cascade of reaction. That means only if one thing happens, the next thing will happen. If next thing doesn't happen, the next thing won't happen. Adu madri cascade of reactions. Okay. So this is the nama platelets. Okay. Platelets, cascade of reaction. Clear? Platelets become less in which disease? In dengue. Okay, dengue, the blood becomes, the platelets count becomes very, very less. Correct or not? Yes, ma'am. Okay. Next topic the students, blood grouping. Okay, blood grouping. Romba bright irka. So, blood grouping. Coagulation of blood we will be studying slowly. So, don't worry. Order konja different irka. So, here you can see students, namakku ABO blood grouping is there. What do we have? We have ABO blood grouping. So, first I'll finish that and I'll come here. Okay, here. Okay, what do we have? We have ABO blood grouping. This is not only the grouping we have many grouping, but now you are only studying ABO blood grouping and the rhesus blood group. Okay, ABO blood grouping. And the ABO blood grouping. ABO blood grouping was given by Landsteiner. Okay. He was the person who gave the ABO blood grouping. Now, enna ABO blood grouping? Students, you should remember, ABO blood grouping means we have 4 types of blood. No, A, B, C is there? O. Correct. A, B, AB and O. Now, how many of you, all of you tell me in the chat box, what is your blood group? What is your blood group? Quickly tell me in the chats. Some of you might not even know your blood group. Some of you tell me, ma'am, I don't know my blood group. So, students, basically in the blood groups, to make any difference, okay, there is presence of 2 main things, okay. One is called as antigen, okay, 2 antigens are going to be present, and in response to that immune response, there are going to be 2 antibodies. So, this is the one that makes the difference, and this is the one that is the reason for graft rejection, okay, erythroblastosis, fetalis, because in the 2 antigens, they are chemicals that will induce the response, okay, response create pananamme. So, that job will be taken care by these people. So, they will induce a response. They will induce a response. So, they are chemicals that will induce the response. Antibodies, students, antibodies means our body's immune response it is. So, their reaction towards it. So, it is going to create a immune response. Okay, va? Immune response. So, A will have different, B will have different. Correct or not? Yes? Yes, ma'am, they are going to have different. So, here students, remember, they are going to have anti-A, anti-A, adukapram anti-B. Okay, don't write anti-N come. Okay, anti-A and anti-B. Okay, this is what we have in ABA blood grouping. Okay, so A will have one. Okay, imagine on the cell, A will have one. Okay, and B will have one. This B will have one. For this chapter, NCERT line by line is not enough. We have to learn it with the help of notes. Okay, that's why I'm sitting and writing everything for you because it becomes easier for you. If students in the box, we will understand what is this. Okay, so I'm going to tell it as a story later. So look here. We have group A. Okay, so the red blood cell type is going to be A. நமக்கு வந்து இருக்கிற antibodies வந்து B ஆ இருக்கும். So antibodies நம்ம plasmaல வந்து we have anti-B. So இதுக்கான opposite antibody தான் இருக்கும். Okay. So இதுக்கான positive. So antigen in the red blood cells வந்து A antigen ஆ present ஆ இருக்கும். So students remember red blood cells, the group who is going to be against you. Remember like this, the group who is going to be against you is going to be the anti group. So like anti, quit India, you know, anti pollution, anti leather. Okay, அது மாதிரி தான் anti groupனா என்ன, அந்த ஒரு கம்யூனிட்டிக்கு against ஆக்கிருக்க group. So A group, imagine you are in A group. So who will be against you? Anti-B will be against you. Correct? No, will anti-A be against you? No, ma'am. So A group க்கு opposite ஆன antibody என்ன இருக்கும்? Anti-B ஆ இருக்கும். ஆனா நம்ம friends யார் இருக்கும்? Antigen ஆ இருக்கும். Because these are the people who are going to induce response. Those are the people who are going to react, right? So people in our company is going to be the same set of people, no? Like how Vedanta students are called Vedans. So adu madri da antigen, the A blood group is going to have A antigen, who is going to be opposite to it, anti-B is going to be opposite. This are all ways to remember it, okay? Adukapra students, blood group B la vanda obviously B group ku yaar opposite ah iruka, anti-A da iruka. So inga anti-A irukum, antigen vandu B da irukum. Okay, antigen vandu B da irukum. Ipo group AB konja confusion. Okay, here A is also become B is also become. So first vandu nama enemies ah irundhu, suddenly if you do collaboration namak against akira group vandu dissolve agulle. So inga vandu students A anti group e kedayadu, we don't have any haters. Okay, we are like everyone's people pleaser. We are people pleaser na, everyone we will try to like. Okay, we will try to be nice to everyone and we will be like pleasing people. So we will not have any anti group. We will have two friends group, right? Obviously we are people pleaser, we will have lot of friends. So we will have anti-A and anti-B. Okay, we will have anti-A and anti-B. Okay, ipo vandu group O, ulta, whoever auntie was there, uncle was there, everything went, and now we have another group called as group O. Group O ila vandu obviously students, he is the third person. So obviously these two people also will gang up against him. So he is going to have an anti-A and an anti-B. He will not have anyone with him. He is a loner. Okay, he is a loner. So idu madri stories use panni you can study. Ennallo nadakkudu, ennallo nadakkudu namma phone ile. Okay, done? Yes or no? Done? Understood? So what is happening students? Very simple. For this fellow is people pleaser. Okay, everyone likes this guy. Who? AB. Everyone's friend is AB. Everyone's enemy is who? O. O is everyone's enemy. No friends only. So this is our friends, this is our enemies. Like that you remember, anti group. So like that. Okay, but then everything has scientific reasons. Okay, remember that everything has a scientific reasons. So this is what is happening. So remember here, if I want to give blood, okay, if I want to give blood, so we have A, we have B, we have AB, we have O. Correct? No? These are the blood groups that we have. Now who can give it to whom? Again, we will write A, we will write B, we will write AB, we will write O. Okay, so students, I am going to write the antigen. Okay, antigen A irukum, antigen A irukum. Okay, ingeyum antigen A irukum. Okay va? இங்க வந்து antigen B இருக்கும். Does it look like a box or does it look circle? I think it looks circle. Okay, wait. Okay, antigen B, antigen B. Okay, இங்கேயும் antigen B, இங்கேயும் antigen B. Correct தானே? Okay, so I have drawn the anti group, the friends group. Now we have to see who can give blood to whom. Correct? Who can give blood to whom? So let's start. So students, A can give it to A. Yes ma'am, obviously A can give it to A. So A will give it to A. Can A give it to any other person? Think and answer. Can A give it to any other person? Yes, A can give it to AB. Why? Because AB is a universal recipient. It is a universal recipient. It can accept blood from everyone because it does not have any anti-groups in its body. So, even if antigen is present, response will not be created. So, adhanala inga vandu problem kedaiyadhu students. So, A can give blood to A and AB. All of you tell me your blood group in the chat box quickly. Ipa vandu B. B also same thing. B ku vandu it can give it to B. B can also give it to B and B can also give it to AB because AB is a universal recipient. Okay va? Arrow marks are clear. Okay. அதுக்கப்புறம் students AB. AB வந்து யாருக்கு கொடுப்பாங்க ma'am? AB க்கு வந்து students single solo fellow. AB can only give it to AB. That's why it's called universal recipient. No, it can take from everyone. Now O. O is a universal donor. O can give it to everyone. O is like, my life is bindas. Your people's life is very bad. My life is nice because I can give it to A. Okay. A க்கு கொடுக்கலாம். B க்கு கொடுக்கலாம். Okay. AB க்கு கொடுக்கலாம். வா. A, C, sorry, O க்கும் கொடுக்கலாம். So, here what has happened students? Arrow marks are clear, no? So, what has happened here? Here, this fellow has become universal donor. Okay, O negative is there, no? Here we have universal recipient. Okay, universal recipient. So, he can accept blood from everyone, he can give blood to everyone. Clear to all of you? Easy? Easy? Now, remember, A cannot give it to B because the anti-groups are different. Anti-groups are different, so clumping will happen. So, that cannot be possible. So, adhanala da graft rejection chances வந்து ரொம்ப அதிகம். Okay, graft rejection chances ரொம்ப அதிகம். A cannot give it to A and all that. Okay, இப்போ students, there is something called as RH grouping or rhesus grouping. In the rhesus grouping was found by your Landsteiner and Wiener. Okay, so here RH grouping they first found in rhesus monkey. Okay, rhesus monkey. Like ma'am, full today monkeys only ma'am. Okay, rhesus monkey. In the rhesus RH grouping vanda they have given by okay, these two people are the people who found it. Now, enna ma'am RH grouping? Students, RH grouping vanda students, it is basically where there is a presence of this RH group indicating the positive sign. So, inga vanda enna nadakum? Nama RH group present ah irundha, RH group is present ah irundha enna nadakum students? Blood vanda positive. We put that A positive, B positive illa. So, if RH group is present, then there will be positive. Okay, positive sign tha irukum. A positive, B positive, C positive, O positive. Adu madri. If RH group is absent, RH group is absent, then we will be negative. Okay, negative. Clear to all of you? Understood? So, in case this one's like positive and negative, adha O negative is a universal donor. Okay, O negative will not create any issue. Okay, so here students, please understand, here in case positive, negative, like that one mixing has happened like in a fetus, in baby, then we call that condition as erythroblastosis. Erythroblastosis fetalis. Erythroblastosis fetalis. And the condition we call it erythroblastosis fetalis, which happens in fetus. Okay, which happens in fetus. Clear? Yes or no? Understood. Erythroblastosis fetalis. Okay, erythro means what, students? Blood. Okay, erythro means blood. Okay, yeah. So students, because see here O negative, it is little dangerous, but O negative can be given to a person who doesn't have an RH group. Okay, so that is why we say they are the universal donors. Here erythroblastosis fetalis, again it is because of incompatibility. So erythro means RBC, blastosis means cells are getting ruptured, okay, or damaged. Ruptured in who? In fetus. Okay, fetus. So, this is the erythroblastosis fetalis. So, in the condition happens because of RH incompatibility. RH incompatibility. Okay, va? RH incompatibility. Clear? This is understood, I hope. So, remember A cannot give it to B because again clumping of blood will happen. So, that is the basic of this RH blood grouping. RH grouping will indicate positive and negative. That is the A positive and A negative, B positive. That difference has come because of this RH blood grouping which has been extra or understood from rhesus monkey. Okay, rhesus monkey. Clear? Okay, now next topic one, the coagulation of blood, students. Okay, so before that, please write one box. Okay, please write one box. I want, oh, here I will not write. 1 second, I'll write it. Okay, I'll write it here. Okay, the duplicate panna. Students, you should write this box and keep, because now you will be like, yes, I understood everything, because I am telling you that, okay, this is this. Now what will happen when you write for the exam or when you prepare for the exam, you will forget it. Okay, what happens, students? Okay. So here, just write a box. Okay, in a box, this madri oru box, you write, and in the box, you have to write certain things, like what? I'll tell you. See here. One, two. Okay, like this one box you write. In this box, what you have to fill in, I'll tell you now. So look here. Here you will have the blood group. Okay, blood group will be there. Which are the blood groups that we have, students? A, B, AB and O. Okay, wow. Now here you have to write, you can write here blood type, okay, RBC, blood type. Okay, I'll write blood type only. Okay, wait, we will do one thing. This one is ippadi. Here we will write first blood type. Adhikaparam what we will write? We will write anti-group, so antibodies. Okay, then we will write antigen. Okay, we will write antigen. These are the main things. Yes or no? Yes, ma'am. Now here, right here. 1 second, I'll try if I can extend this. Antigen. Okay. So students, see here, blood type only A, B. Just continue like that only. Okay. A, B, AB, adhikapuram O. Okay. இப்போ antibodies வந்த, what will be the anti group against A? Ma'am, it is going to be anti-B. Okay, anti-B will be against A. Okay, என்ன antigen இருக்கும் students? Same antigen. So here it will be antigen A. Okay வா? இங்க வந்து B. So here B will be anti-A. Okay, B will be anti-A. இங்க வந்து antigen என்ன இருக்கும்? Antigen B. Okay, antigen B தான் இருக்கும். இங்க AB ல என்ன இருக்கும் students? இங்க AB ல, this also we will stretch little. I don't think I can move this. No, I can't. Oh yeah, I can. Okay, so students here AB, again here AB is what? People pleaser. Okay, he like shows loves to everyone. So people pleaser anakku there is no anti group, ana 2 antigen groups will be there. Antigen A and antigen B. Okay, antigen A and antigen B. Adukapra O group. O group is a loner. Loner means no friends for him. So he will have both anti A and anti-B, 2 against parties against him. Okay, and then he will have no antigen. This is an easy way to remember. This is not the scientific way of learning it, but please remember, however you are able to easily remember that way. Okay, no hard and fast rule that you have to study it like this only, but then இப்போ இது easy இருக்கும் because you will remember O is the loner. Okay, AB is a people pleaser. அது மாதிரி you can remember and study. So in the box வந்து important. So make sure that you are studying this box and writing it separately. If you write and study only, you will study it. So students, next topic வந்து coagulation of blood. Okay, before that let's take a water break. Okay, let's take a water break. Okay, see here, next one, the coagulation of blood. Enna ma'am, coagulation of blood, clotting of blood. In the clotting of blood one, the students, it is a cascade of reaction. Cascade of reaction na nama waterfall madri, one step, next step, one step, next step, next step, adu madri. Okay, so adukku vendi I have made a trick, and all of you know that trick as well by now because you have all seen the shot that I have made. Okay, so trick vanda PK went to PT field. So what is the trick? PK went to PT field. This is the trick. Okay, I should write a little more big, students. Wait 1 second. It's too far for me to write. I'm not that tall. So PK went to PT field. Okay, wow. PT field. Clear? Now P for what? So this is the cascade of reaction. Please understand, this is the cascade of reaction. So first I will teach you the reaction. Adukapram we will use the trick. Okay, first only we don't have to use the trick. So here see students, this is a cascade of reaction. Again I am telling you. Cascade of reaction. Cascade na idu madri. One step, one step. Have you played that this one, students? Like we will keep all the cards and then one card when we touch, that card will move the next card. Adu madri the entire cards vanda move agum. So adu madri da in the cascade of reaction. If I already told you that there are around 13 factors which are involved in this process. Okay, ஒரு மாதிரி 13 factors இருக்கும். And அந்த 13 factors ல நம்ம factor 3 and 13 வந்து important. Okay, because these are released by the platelets. Okay, by platelets. Rest வந்து it is released by the liver. Okay, rest whatever is there, it's released by the liver. இப்போ இங்க வந்து ஒரு இம்பார்ட்டன்டான ஃபேக்டர் என்னன்னா நம்ம factor 4. Okay, Okay, factor 4 வந்து students, it's actually ionized calcium. Okay, இந்த calcium is required in every single step. So இந்த calcium நால தான் அந்த cascade of reaction நடக்குது. So because of that, here factor 4 is important, ionized calcium. Clear? Other than that, students, vitamin K also is required for the process to happen. Vitamin K. Okay, now this is what is going to happen, that reaction we are going to see. So normally, let's imagine one injury has happened. Okay, one person has got some cut. So இதுதான் நம்ம injury. Okay, ஒரு injury இல்லைன்னா அந்த இன்ஜுரிக்கு நம்ம வந்து trauma, we call it a trauma. அந்த injury இல்லைன்னா ஒரு trauma நடந்திருக்கும். After the injury or the trauma, our body will realize, oh my god, this person has got hurt, I have to do something. So first it is going to release நம்ம thromboplastin. என்ன ரிலீஸ் ஆகும்? Thromboplastin. Thromboplastin will go and activate thrombokinase. Okay, thrombokinase will go and activate prothrombin. Okay, who? Prothrombin. This prothrombin to the next step. Okay, prothrombin to the next step, one enzyme we can say is involved. Adu vande it is called as thrombin. Thrombin. Okay, idu vande it can act as an enzyme also. This one of the years question has come, that's why I am telling. Okay, thrombin. So prothrombin, thrombin. Adukapram students, this conversion is going to help in the conversion of from here to fibrinogen. Fibrinogen. Fibrinogen to fibrin. Fibrinogen to என்ன students? Fibrin. ஓகேவா, இந்த ஸ்டெப்ஸில் எல்லாமே calcium ரொம்ப இம்பார்ட்டன்டான ஒரு ஸ்டெப். ஓகே, calcium is very important, that is why one of the factor is calcium. So here everywhere remember calcium is very important. So one injury happened, thromboplastin got released, that got converted to thrombokinase, thrombokinase to prothrombin, prothrombin to fibrinogen with the help of thrombin, and then fibrin. Now this fibrin, what it will do students, இது தான் injury. Okay, so அந்த injury la bleeding நடக்குமே? Yes ma'am, bleeding will happen. But you would have noticed after some time immediately the bleeding will stop, otherwise the person will go through extreme loss of blood. How does this happen? This is because of the mesh formation. The fibrin will form a mesh, and because of that mesh in the injury area, the blood lost, okay, will not be able to come out anymore because we have formed a mesh. Clear? We have formed a mesh. So the fibrin will be an insoluble mesh, but ana active ah irukum. It will be an insoluble mesh. So here what will happen students, and the blood vessel vanda, it will get stuck in the mesh, it cannot flow outside. So adinala da blood loss vanda immediately stop agum. So injury, platelets is less means blood loss can happen more. Okay, is this clear to all of you? So it is easy. Now we will go back to the trick and understand how this trick is going to help us. So P for enna irukum? Plastin, thromboplastin. So I am not going to write the thrombo, that's why I am not given the trick for that. So here I am going to write thromboplastin. So remember plastin. Okay, thromboplastins, PP. Okay, K for what students? Thrombokinase. Okay, thrombokinase. I haven't written this phone here. Thrombo, I have written, wait, spelling is wrong. Thrombo, it's okay. Okay, thrombokinase. So here we have thrombokinase. அதுக்கப்புறம் என்ன இருக்கும் students? P. PK went to PT field. அந்த PK மூவில PK இல்ல, அது PK தான். So PK went to PT field. P ல வந்து என்ன இருக்கும்? Prothrombin இருக்கும். Prothrombin will be present. Okay. T ல வந்து என்ன இருக்கும்? Thrombin. F ல என்ன இருக்கும்? Fibrinogen. Okay, அதுக்கப்புறம் fibrin. So இப்படி trick also you will be able to remember. Okay, PK went to PT field. PK went to PT field. Clear? Yes ma'am, clear. PK went to PT field. Thromboplastin, thrombokinase, prothrombin, fibrinogen, thrombin. Okay, in that thrombin might act as an enzyme. Now students, usually in blood banks என்ன scene நடக்கும்னா, blood banks the chances of blood clotting ரொம்ப அதிகமா இருக்கும். Okay, so அதனால blood banks they will add sodium oxalate and preserve it so the coagulation doesn't happen. Okay, because it will remove the calcium ions. Sodium oxalate will be added, okay, so that coagulation of blood does not happen. Clear? This is your coagulation of blood. I will show you this. One second. This is cascade of reaction, okay. So here you can see students, these are the factors. Factor 1 வந்து fibrinogen, factor 2 வந்து prothrombin, tissue thromboplastin. இது பார்க்க students, factor 4 வந்து calcium ions. Very important factor in the coagulation of blood. Okay. Factor 5 இருக்கு. இங்க வந்து factor 6 missing. Okay. Factor 6 is not there. Okay, it's not there, but still we count it as factor 13. Okay, then factor 7 stable factor like this, all the factors are, and factor 13 is the fibrin stabilizing factor which will be released again by the platelets. Okay, this is how the mesh will be formed. So in the mesh la vandu RBC vandu stuck aayirukkum. So adanal RBC vandu release agadu, blood will stop the entire clotting process. Okay va? Clear to all of you? Yes or no? Understood? Yes or no? Understood? Okay, yes. After this we have erythroblastosis fetalis. Okay. Clear? This is coagulation of blood. So this trick will help you a lot. PK went to PT field. Okay. If you want, I'll write it here neatly because anga vandu konjo over coagulation has happened. PK. So in the P the important students, thromboplastin. Okay. K la vandu kinase. Okay. PK where did he go? He went to PT field, ma'am. We all go to PT field, no? Went to PT. So P la vandu prothrombin. So this thrombin will act as a enzyme. Okay, adha question vandirukku. So this thrombin can act as an enzyme. Okay, it will act as an enzyme to convert from prothrombin to fibrinogen. Adukapram field. Okay, field. So field la vandu fibrinogen. This I only made the trick. Okay, so you can utilize it. All my GMAs can utilize it. Okay, this is that trick. Make sure that you remember cascade of reaction. Every single step is important. Ella step illame students, especially from here to here, ella step illame calcium involvement romba adhigama irukku. Okay, calcium involvement romba adhigama irukku. Okay va? Understood ma'am. Okay, continue பண்ணலாமா students? Next வந்து erythroblastosis fetalis. Okay va? In the erythroblastosis fetalis வந்து என்ன ma'am? Basically RH incompatibility. Normally positive negative vanda it is obviously understood, no, and the incompatibility nadakum, but idu vandu a special condition where it happens when a pregnant mother, okay, so fetus and mother kulla and the RH incompatibility vanda, that will lead to erythroblastosis fetalis. Already terminologies I have explained to all of you. Now let's just see what will happen. So here students, just imagine the father. Okay, 1 minute students, the lights ellame turn aachu. Better now? Fine, right? So the father and then you have the mother. Correct? Yes, ma'am. Now, just imagine father is RH positive. Okay. RH positive. In the mother one, the RH negative. In the conceptic students, please understand, in the conceptic one, there are so many actually detail. Okay, detailing is there. It's not just this. It's not limited to this. So please remember that it has like lot of detailing. Okay, lot of detailing. It's not just limited to this. So there is father, then there is mother. Father has RH positive, mother has RH negative. Okay, wow. Okay, so father and mother. Okay, father and mother. So father is RH positive students, mother வந்து RH negative. Camera brightness கொஞ்சம் அதிகமா இருக்குல்ல. So I'll just reduce it. Okay. Okay, this is understood. Now what will happen? Now these two people have got married. Now they are, let's say, they're pregnant. Okay, and imagine students, the fetus. Okay, the fetus is RH positive. Okay, fetus is RH positive. So இப்போ வந்து incompatibility நடக்குமா இல்லையா மேம்? நடக்கும் மேம், because the mother is negative and the fetus is positive. Now imagine if they come in contact, okay, during the delivery or something, if there is a mixing up of blood that happened, then the mother is going to, like, our body will remember the foreign particle. So here what is happening, first baby is usually in the safe scenario. Why so? Because exposure wouldn't have happened, but it's not always true that the first baby is going to be safe. First baby can be unsafe if the mother has been exposed to RH positive previously. Okay, va. So in the situation when let's say this is the first time, then the first baby is going to be safe. Okay, so the first delivery is usually safe, but there is an exception that in case mother vanda and the previously RH positive blood, if it is like, let's say the mother has come in contact with it, then the mother's body would have already started making antibodies against that RH positive. Okay, va. So the first delivery is usually safe. Okay, first delivery is usually safe because the mother wouldn't have got exposed to it. But let's say the mother has been exposed previously. Mother has been exposed to RH positive previously. Then what will happen, students? Then even the first baby is in danger. Why? Because the mother will remember it and the mother's body will start making antibodies. It would have started making, okay, or let's say antibodies are formed. Antibodies are formed. Okay. Now students, obviously these antibodies will attack this because see, the body doesn't know that this is mother child, all that relationship. What does the body know? The body know that this is a foreign particle. So adinale what is going to happen? See students, look here. The mother has been exposed to RH positive after the first delivery. Okay. Now let's say the baby, second baby is born. Okay, second baby is born, students. Then what is the scenario? Let's say this is the first delivery got over. Now imagine the second delivery also. The second delivery happened. Okay, and in the second delivery also the fetus is positive. Ma'am, then problem will happen, ma'am. Right? Fetus is RH positive. If fetus is RH positive, then the mother's body would have already made antibodies. So the mother will start attacking this, right? So the second delivery will be complicated, students. The second delivery will be complicated in this scenario, leading to, okay, complicated means the baby born can have jaundice, it can have anemia, okay. All this can also happen, even swollen liver, spleen, all that, multiple complications are there. But in NCERT they have given this. Ma'am, idukku vandu idu illaya ma'am, like solution kedaiyada ma'am? Solution irukku students. So during the pregnancy namakku vandu enna pannalam? So we know that the mother has been exposed to Rh antibodies, okay, Rh positive, okay, Rh positive, and the mother will immediately start making what? It will start making antibodies against it. So these are the antibodies, okay, these are the antibodies. So I am just telling, imagine the mother has started making antibodies. Obviously, they will enter into the second delivery, right, the second baby, and it will attack the second baby. So adanala nama vandu enna pannanom, nama vandu oru medication, okay, we are going to give a medication to the mother, okay, medication, we can also call it like a anti-sere, okay, like we cannot call it because it has antibodies in it, we can say, but then it is better we call it medication or an anti-sera, where we are giving them, students, a rogam, okay, the injection is going to be rogam, okay, rogam. We say rogam vaccine, but it is not correct to say exactly vaccine, it's more of a medication. So and the rogam vaccine or medication inject பண்ணும்போது என்ன பண்ணுவாங்க, they are going to remove this positive which has entered into the body, so the body doesn't get enough time to make antibodies against it. So this people will come, they will remove this, okay, they will attack this only and they will remove this. So by that what will happen, students, the baby is going to be taken care of. So this is what I told you, see, the mother has made antibodies, correct or not? These are the antibodies, okay, antibodies against positive. Yes or no? These are the antibodies which is made against positive. இப்போ இது வந்து enter ஆக start ஆச்சு, okay, it has started entering into the baby, right, through placenta, many exchange, umbilical cord is also there. So here if we have to transport certain substances, we have people to do that job for us, right. So placenta will have it. So plus now what is going to happen, slowly these people will start entering into the baby and it will start making problems. So what we have to do, we have to give this, okay, we have to give the rogam medications, we have to inject it after the first delivery, so that to protect the baby, okay, so as to protect the baby. Clear? Yes or no? During the 28 weeks we can give it, okay, we can give the injection during the 28 week if we get to know that this kind of a complication is prone to happen. So we can give that. Now in your NCERT, rogam is not given. What have they given? They have given anti-RH, okay, so in NCERT anti-RH has given, so make sure that you are revising this word only, anti-RH is given in your NCERT, okay. Students, actually the D antigen, there is one antigen called as the D antigen, okay, and the D antigen da in the responsibility எடுக்கிறாரு for this RH positive and negative. That means if our D antigen is present, okay, present, நம்ம வந்து we say it is RH positive, okay. If D antigen is absent, then we say RH negative. So adu madri tha. So there are many antigens which are involved. Please understand that whatever we are studying, we are just studying the basics, romba basics we are studying, but there is so much detail to it which we will study in MBBS, okay. Clear or not? Understood? Yes. So we can also give this during the 28 weeks, even after 24 hours, sorry, 72 hours, after 72 hours of the pregnancy, okay, we can give it after 72 hours of the pregnancy also. Clear? Yes or no? So these are the two things, okay. So students, what has happened here, this is called as RH incompatibility. Incompatibility na, father is positive, mother is negative, okay, the fetus is going to be positive. So mother ku vandu negative da irukku, positive kediyadu. So adanal mother ku vandu adu oru foreign particle da, mother doesn't know that it is, like the mother's body doesn't know it is a blood or what is that, no. So adanal mother will think, okay, some foreign particle has entered into the body and mother will start making antibodies against it. But the first baby is usually at a safe scenario because mixing up of blood will not happen anytime, and during the first delivery some mixing up can happen that will lead to the second delivery being complicated. But I told you or condition vandu in case the mother has been exposed to RH positive priorly, that means previously வந்து exposure ஆச்சுன்னா first babyக்கும் problem வரும். என்ன வரும் மேம் second babyக்கு? second babyக்கு வந்து complication வந்து jaundice வரும் students, anemia issues will come. அது மாதிரி ரொம்ப complications வரும். Okay, bilirubin accumulation, அது மாதிரி lot of issues will come that will lead to the second baby or second delivery being very very complicated. Now remember, how do we fix this issue? In the issue fix பண்ணதுக்கு தான் we have an anti-RH medication which will be injected after 72 hours of the pregnancy. So this way what will happen, this will go and remove the antibodies which are made against the positive, which have a chance to enter to the second delivery, that means enter into the sac. So before that we have to protect it. So how do we protect it? By removing like this. Okay, clear? So I hope this is understood for all of you. Punjada students, video illa students, video if it was there I would have showed you, and a video illa. Okay, video is not there. Is this clear? Yes, Rogam is a medication. Can't call it a vaccine, but you can call it a medication. Okay. Okay. Huh. So this I told you during pregnancy, adukapram 72 hours after pregnancy. So rendu scenarios irukum student. This is during pregnancy. Okay, during pregnancy if we want to give, then we can give it on 20 like by the time it reaches 28 weeks. Okay, and let's say pregnancy kadukapram, then after 72 hours the pregnancy has end. So in the Rogam vaccine vandu we can also call it as anti-D immunoglobulin. Adha D antigen I told. Anti-D immunoglobulin. Okay, anti-D immunoglobulin. Adukku da I told you D antigen is there. If D antigen is present, we call it positive. If it's absent, we call it negative. Okay, clear? Some scenarios, miscarriage can happen, abortion can happen, many complications can happen. Okay, many complications can happen. But ana idu vandu protect pandradhukku idu madri oru medication irukku. So maximum we can protect it. Okay, maximum we can protect it. Next one, the students, lymph. Okay, lymph da nama second fluid connective tissue. So I hope till blood is over, because next topic vandu heart da. So we have completed the first all basic content. Okay, in the basic vandu nama ella complete panniyaachu. So please make sure that you are watching the lecture. So RBC, WBC, platelets, adukapram transport, about WBC, granulocyte, A granulocyte, in the notes ellam vandu description box la irukum. So adanal vandu download panni eduthukonga students. And I told you, please follow the day 7 challenge. Okay, dinam I am putting one short and one question from the test series. So make sure that you are a part of it. And on 18th Tuesday nama vandu oru very surprise. Okay, very very big surprise I'm going to give all of you. You're going to be super duper happy, and it is going to boost your preparation to the next level. You know, everything that I tell on the channel is you know, it has always happened. Okay, I will not tell you anything that I will not do. So one second students, in the AC vandu. Okay, okay va. Now look here, as the blood passes, okay, as the blood passes through the capillaries in the tissue, some water, okay, some water along with many small water soluble substances move out into spaces between the cells of tissues, leaving a large protein. Okay, so what are we leaving? Larger proteins and most of the formed elements in the, okay, the RBC, platelets, most of the formed elements in the blood vessel. So basically inga vandu enna nadakudhu students, squeezing out is happening. Okay, the fluid released out is called as the interstitial fluid. Okay, interstitial fluid. Clear? The fluid that is coming out is called as the interstitial fluid. Illena nama enna kupidla, tissue fluid nu kupidla. Okay, it has the same mineral distribution as that in the plasma exchange. So idu vandu assertion, reason or question can come. Okay, which has the same mineral distribution as plasma, question varla. Okay, so enna answer பண்ணுவாங்க? So this is a, it can come as a MCQ, potential MCQ either. Okay, it can also come as an AR question. or an SB question. So, this madri questions ella test series la prepare. We are doing the preparation for it. Many meetings have been already over. So, I'm taking you through that journey. So, make sure that you're a part of it. Okay. And the top 25, I don't know how many students will get few things for free as well. So, exchange of nutrients, gases, etc. between, okay. Exchange of nutrients, gases, etc. between the blood and the cells always occur through this fluid. An elaborate network, okay, an elaborate network of vessels called as lymphatic system, okay, collects this fluid and drains it back into the major veins. The fluid present in the lymphatic system is called as the lymph. Obviously, lymphatic system la irukira fluid ku enna koopiduvanga, lymph nu koopiduvanga. Okay, lymph is a colorless fluid containing specialized lymphocytes. Lymphocytes na enna students? Cells. Okay, I told you when cytes come it means cells. Okay, yes, specialized lymphocytes which are responsible for the immune response of the body. Lymph is also an important carrier for nutrients, hormones, etc. Now, fats are absorbed through the lymph in the lacteals present in the interstitial villi. Okay. Now, look here, what is happening basically? This is the fluid. Okay. In the fluid, we have WBC, platelets, everything is there, all the materials are there. Normally, when the squeeze out students, we have water squeeze out, dissolved substances and WBC. Okay, lymph is colorless, so obviously RBC is not there. So, this is squeeze out and after they squeeze out, they are going to the lymph and then again they will come back. So, that is what here they are saying. They will drain out, okay, see, an elaborate network of vessels called as lymphatic system is there, which collects this fluid, drains it back to the major veins, okay, drains it back to the major veins. So, these are also the lymphic systems, that is we have our lymphatic lymph nodes, okay, vesicles, channels, it helps us for the immune response, okay, it helps us for the immune response of our body, they are responsible for that. Okay, so here you can see this is what happens. From there all this is coming to the lymphatic vesicle and we call that as the lymph fluid. So, in the lymph, one the students they told you that even in our villi, okay, in foldings like this, in the villi there is lacteals, okay, like this, there are lacteals like this, okay. These are the people who are going to absorb the fat. Absorb fat. Okay, clear? So, very basic thing, okay, just what is squeezing out you have to know, that is very important for you. So, as the blood will pass through the capillaries, so in the image as the blood is moving through the capillaries, enna agum students? Okay, one second. Some water, so okay, some water, some soluble substances and some WBCs, okay. So, small water soluble substances move out into spaces, cells between spaces and the spaces through the interstitial spaces, this one the squeeze out, okay, it will come out and tissue leaving larger proteins. So, the larger proteins will be not there, like your all that fibrinogen, albin and all this, larger proteins will not be present. With that also your some RBC platelets will not be present, okay. This fluid released out is called as interstitial fluid or tissue fluid because it is coming out through the interstitial spaces. So, adanala nama adukku interstitial fluid illanna tissue fluid na we will call it. It has the same mineral distribution as in the plasma, that means same thing as in the plasma except for the larger proteins, okay. Exchange of nutrients, gases between the blood and the cells always occur through this fluid. That means what are they saying? They are saying between blood and the cells, if any exchange is happening, that also will be taken care by this fluid. An elaborate network of vessels called as lymphatic system will be there. So, in the fluid okay, in the fluid elaborate network of vessels called lymphatic system which collects this fluid and drains it back to the major veins like your vena cavas and all of that, okay. Now, this fluid present in the lymphatic system is called as the lymph. Lymph is a colorless fluid containing specialized lymphocytes which are responsible for the immune response of the body. Lymph is also important carrier of nutrients and hormones. Nama lymphatic system illana lymph pati, where are we going to study in human health and diseases, because there we study about primary lymphoid organ and secondary lymphoid organ. So on the primary lymphoid organ one is very important for the maturation differentiation of our B cells and T cells. So lymph's main job will be to do the immune response. At the same time they also do fat absorption, transport of nutrients, hormones, adhu madri some other works also they do. But in the fluid tissue one important for our body, okay, just like how blood is important, adhu madri idum very important. So are you all ready for heart? So now we are going to start the heart. Okay, I know your heart will be duck, it will be beating, ma'am, because it's so difficult to remember heart. Trust me, it's super easy. We are going to learn it. Okay. First of all, this is how your heart is going to look like. I will also show a 3D image. Just wait for a minute. Okay, I will show you a 3D image. Okay, yes. Okay, yes. Some problem with the 3D thing they're saying from. Okay. Okay, this is how the heart looks, students. Look at the most realistic image. Okay, now in the heart la vanda what is there? So here you can see in the heart vandata, it's not getting clear. This heart is only the size of a clenched fist. Okay, we say like this, but it is actually like this. Okay, so clenched fist, that much only your heart is there. So this one, if you tightly hold your hands like this much only your heart is there. Heart as a base region and it has an apex region. Okay, it has one pointed region, one apex region, and it has a base region. If you imagine heart like this, this will be the base region. Okay, wow, this will be the base region and this will be the apex region. In the heart vanda enge irukum students, nama lungs mele I told no, there is a cardiac notch towards the left lung, and the notch vanda is because of the heart being present there, and this is correctly mesodermal in origin. This is correctly present in the mediastinum. This is the region, mediastinum. Okay, so that is where it is present, and here you can see the veins are there, the arteries are there. Okay, aorta is there. So many things are there in the heart which we are going to study today. So it's a very interesting topic, and as a future doctor neenga vanda in the human physiology topic la you should show adhigama interest. Illana you are not a doctor. Okay, oh god, don't tell me this got stuck. Wait students, I'll put escape and see. Yes. Okay, from yesterday this thing site is down, I guess. Okay, never mind. Okay, so heart. Okay, what do we know about heart? Where is it present? What do we know about heart? One second, students. Okay, I had kept alarm for something, that's why. All of you quickly smash the like button. Come on. Yes. Okay, so students, heart vanda basically where is it present? It is mesodermal in origin. Adu vanda first we will write. Okay, mesodermal you already know. I taught you this in germ layers. Okay, animal tissues also I taught you this. Mesodermal in origin meaning what? Okay, idu vanda nama already we have understood. Okay, adukapram students, where is the location? I told you it is present in the mediasternum. Okay, that is the chest region that we say, no, that we always keep our heart and tell, no, oh my god, my heart hurts. Okay, why do you say that? That is because of the mediastinum. It is the central chest region. So mediastinum is the region where the heart is present. Okay, central chest region. This heart actually, students, it rests on the diaphragm. Okay, it actually rests on the diaphragm in the region da. But Anna, we are not writing. Now, what do we know about heart? Heart வந்து என்ன பண்ணுவாங்க? Pumping. Okay, it is like a motor. It is going to do the pumping. Okay, it is like a motor, and it is slightly triangular in shape. Yeah, yes or no? Look at it. Slightly triangular. And where is it, students, placed? It is actually, it is going to be, the region is going to be present on the cardiac notch. In the cardiac notch on the enge irukum, it is present on the left lungs, ma'am. So you understood every chapter is connected to every chapter in one or the other way. Okay, left lungs la irukira cardiac notch. Okay, cardiac notch la vandu idu rest agum. Okay, this is the basic. Then what do we know? It is muscular, it is pumping, all that also we will write. Okay, it is a four chamber, this is in our mammals and aves. Okay, four chambered heart, and it is a muscular structure. Okay, it's a muscular structure. You know, it is made up of your cardiac muscles. Okay, cardiac muscles which are involuntary, namma control la irukada. Now students, remember, this will have a protective covering. Obviously everyone has protective covering. You think heart will not have? It has a protective covering, that is your double layered membrane. Double layered membrane. Okay, in the membrane is called as, students, pericardium. Pericardium. Yes ma'am, theriyum ma'am. Okay, pericardium. Okay, pericardium. So this is important, double layered membrane, pericardium. In between this, remember, there is pericardial fluid also, which will act as a shock absorber. Okay, shock absorber. So students, if we have a four chambered heart, nama four chambered heart la enna irukum? We will have auricles and we will have ventricles. Okay, auricles and ventricles are going to be present. Illana, we can also say right atrium, right auricle, adu madri da. Okay, we can also say atrium and ventricle. Okay, atrium or ventricle. Idum sollala. Okay, va. This is the main thing. So please make a note of it. I don't want any of you to then again wait. Okay, that ma'am will give notes, till then I will not write. I told you short notes are very, very important for you. If you don't do the short notes, then it is going to be difficult. Okay, difficult. Yes, okay. Double layered membrane called pericardium. In between, pericardial fluid is going to be there. So, Adu, I will write it here. So, on the entire introduction will be done. Okay, there is going to be pericardial fluid. In the fluid, when enna pannuvanga, students, it will act as a shock absorber. Okay, it will act as a shock absorber. Okay, it will act as a shock absorber. So, and the layer will be fluid. Yeah, pericardial fluid. Clear? Yes. Okay. So, students, this one, remember this one. Nama heart paakumbode, we have actually three layers which are protecting, which I told you pericardium is there, no? So, we can also say epicardium, and the epicardium is there, myocardium is there, endocardium is there, and the myocardium is the most thickest layer. But like, see, again under epicardium, there are so many things that you have to study, but that much you don't have to know, that is why I am not telling. But Anna, just remember, outer layer vanda, we say epicardium, illana pericardium also. Wait, I think space won't be enough. Epicardium. Adukapra enna irukum, students? Mesocardium. This labeling kediyada. This is not the labeling. I am just putting arrow mark like that. Okay. And then we will have endocardium. Endocardium. Okay. So, idu madri epicardium, mesocardium, endocardium. These will be the layers. Okay. These will be the layers. I told you in this epicardium also, students, namakku vandu additional layers irukum. Okay, please take a screenshot or write whatever you want to do. Please do it. Okay, please do it. Got it? Yes. Fibrous pericardium, serous pericardium, again there you have parietal layer, visceral layer, adu mari layers irukum, but ana that much detail is not required. So adanal in the basic understanding is more than enough. Okay, this is your heart. Ipo students, first day nama vandu directly we will not jump for mammal heart. We are going to study basic, that is we are going to see the evolution of heart. First of all, namakku vandu two types of circulatory system irukum. What is the chapter name? Body fluids and circulation. So adanal in the topic la vandu nama basic ah padikkiradhu circulation da. So இங்க வந்து நமக்கு closed circulation இருக்கு, open circulation இருக்கு. என்ன closed circulation? Closed circulation na blood will flow through blood vessels and small capillaries. ஆனா open circulation na blood will flow through sinuses, spaces கூட blood will flow. So that is called as open circulatory system, closed circulatory system. Open circulatory system வந்து நம்ம ரொம்ப primitive ஆன organismல we will see like arthropoda. So on the primitive organism we usually see this. So இதுதான் நம்ம open circulatory system students. So just look at it. எப்படி இருக்கும்? So you can see இங்க வந்து spaces இருக்கும். இங்க வந்து connection கிடையாது. So அதனால organs are going to bathe in the blood. Organs are going to bathe in the blood. இங்க பார்க்கும்போது there is proper connection. So அதனால organs will not bathe in the blood. They will be in the correct position. Blood will flow through all the organs. Okay va? Clear to all of you? Clear to all of you? Yes. Okay? Yes. Yes, good. Okay, now here, look here, this is your open circulatory system. Open circulatory system. In the open circulatory system la enna irukum students? Basically in the open circulatory system la vanda the blood will flow through spaces. In the spaces what can you call? Sinuses. Okay, spaces illana sinuses. So inga main issue enna nama organs vanda completely bathe agum. Okay, organs bathe in blood. Okay, organs will bathe in blood. Now example students, example is going to be arthropoda. Okay, one of the most easiest example to remember, arthropoda. Example, anything you can do, cockroach anyway you're studying, so you can write that as well. So inga vanda open circulatory system, this is the situation where the blood will flow, it will go through spaces. The spaces are also called as sinuses. Okay, next vanda nama closed circulatory system. Okay, next வந்து நம்ம closed circulatory system. In the closed circulatory system, what is this? Closed circulatory system la students, here what is going to happen? Blood will flow through blood vessels, or we can say tiny capillaries also, small capillaries. Fine capillaries also is correct. Okay, small capillaries. So inga vanda there is no bathing of organs. No bathing of organs. Okay, inga enna irukum students? Example vanda you can write annelida, chordata, romba examples irukku, you can write any of the example. Okay, done. Understood this? Okay, this is basic open circulatory system and closed circulatory system. In the open circulatory system la vanda blood will flow through spaces which are called as sinuses. Okay, and closed circulatory system la blood will flow through capillaries, non proper ana fine capillaries will be there, so blood will flow through that is what here they are trying to indicate. Okay va? So now next students we are going to learn duplicate. Okay, yeah, next we are going to study in a primitive organism. That means how did the evolution of heart happen? Directly when the 4 chambers the fish has only 2 chambers, amphibians, reptiles have incomplete, that is they have 3 chambers. So only the mammals and aves have 4 chambers, right? So adanale here when you study, remember first you are going to study fish, amphibians and reptiles. So students, in fishes or let's say in Pisces, what is the situation? In Pisces, the chambers are going to be just 2 chambered, okay? They are just going to be what? They are going to be, okay, like this, okay, 2 chambered they are going to be, and here okay, like this, okay. Now normally enna nadakudhu students, this is the chambers, okay, this is the chamber. So idu vandu there are accessory chambers also, sinus, venosus and conus arterioles, that we will study later. So this is the auricle, this is the ventricle. So normally enna nadakum, the blood is going to come, right, this is the body, let's just imagine from the body, okay, from the body the blood will go, that is the deoxygenated blood will go, okay, like this. Okay, it will enter like this, correct? The deoxygenated blood will enter like this. Yes, ma'am, it is going to enter like this. Now, students, it is going to pass again. Yes, ma'am, it is going to pass again. And it will come where? It has to come to a person who is going to do the job, right? Who is that person who is going to do the job? Okay, the person who is going to do the job is going to be the gills. Okay, gills will do the job. So, adanale in the deoxygenated blood it will come here for oxygenation. Now students, the oxygenated blood will, okay, now the oxygenated blood from the gills, it is going to come where? It is going to come where, ma'am? It is going to go into the body. Students, 1 second, students. The lines are not coming properly, okay. There are going to be additional people who are helping them, like accessory people, okay, additional chambers types, they will act, sinus, venosus and conus arterioles. Body, okay. Now the blood will come, it will get purified in the gills, okay, and then it has to go to the body, okay. Now once again we are going to write it, okay, because if the notes is not good then I don't like it. So here what is happening, students, ನಮ್ಮ body like not ನಮ್ಮ body, fish body the blood is going, okay, where is it going? It is entering, it is going to the heart. Okay, it is going to the heart. Now from the heart it has to go further. Yes, ma'am, it has to go further because here oxygenation has to happen. So from the heart, students, the blood is going all the way to the gills. Okay, from the gills the purified blood directly pump the body. So if a oxygenated blood it is not even going into the heart, correct dane? Only deoxygenated blood is flowing. So idu madri circulation, students, where only one time the blood is flowing, this type of circulation we call it as single circulation, okay, we call it as what? Single circulation. And you can see that in the heart only the deoxygenated blood is flowing, okay, deoxygenated blood is flowing. So adanale nama in the heart ku venous heart nu koopidlam. Another venous heart, because students vein la vandu enna nadakum, deoxygenated blood tha flow agum. So we can obviously call it the venous heart because here only the deoxygenated blood is flowing, correct or not? So this kind of circulation is called as single circulation, where the blood is entering only once. It's not entering and coming out. Entering and coming out is not happening, it's just going once, okay. So this is the 2 chambered heart, and students remember this is the place where the oxygenation is going to happen. Oxygenation is going to happen in the gills, and from here it is directly going to enter into the body. So this is just a single circulation where there is only 2 chambers, okay, this is a 2 chambered heart. This is a 2 chambered heart. Done? Yes or no? Understood this? Very easy. Okay. Next, students, now if you have to draw are amphibian, okay. Okay, amphibian or the reptile heart. Now here ventricles is there, so here students you can see two chambers are there and a single ventricle is going to be there, right. Two chambers are there, single ventricle is going to be there. Now you can take any, okay. I don't think I can show it here, paste it here. Okay, last time I showed you, remember all of you, the heart of frog, remember all of you, adada same da, but anga vandu nama sinus venosus like that we had seen, okay, sinus venosus like that we had seen, but here just imagine like this, okay, like this structures are going to be there, okay, this way it's going to be there, okay, like this, a single ventricle and auricle structure is going to be there. This is just a diagrammatic representation. I wouldn't say this is the best diagram or anything. So, this one the auricle, this is right atrium, this is left atrium, this is the ventricles. So, inga vandu enna nadakudhu students, the blood is going to come, okay, the deoxygenated blood is going to come from the vena cavas to the right atrium, correct or not? Now from the right atrium it is going to go to the right ventricle, to the ventricle, yes ma'am, correct. Now after, like, the ventricle has to pump it back, and then again the oxygenated blood will always come to the left, yes ma'am, this blood also will come here. So here what is happening students, here mixing up of blood is happening, mixing up of blood is happening. Mixing up of blood is happening in the ventricles. So, in this heart also is not a completely well formed heart. This is a 3-chambered heart where there is a right atrium, left atrium and a single ventricle, and the ventricle the mixing up of blood is happening. So, adanale this is a double circulation, right? Blood is coming and going. So, it is 2 times circulation. So, circulation is going to be double circulation. Ana mixing up of blood is happening. So, adanale this is going to be an incomplete double circulation. Enna irukum students? Incomplete double circulation. Incomplete double circulation it is going to be. Is this clear? Incomplete double circulation. Now again remember this students, here also accessory chambers are going to be there where we spoke about sinus venosus. Remember all of you? Sinus venosus, which is a triangular structure, and then we have conus arterios. Okay, arterios, which is a triangular structure, and in the structures one that they are going to help, which we studied in frog, clear. Now in our scenario namakku vandu 4 chambers irukum, proper double circulation, complete double circulation irukum, okay. Namma situation la vandu complete double circulation will be there, okay. I think this also won't play, some problem is there, okay, with the 3D problems. So, look at this, if I take a cross section of the heart, this is how the chambers are going to look like, okay, and in between there is septums that are present. These are the tendinae, chordae tendinae, which is holding the flaps together. So, this I will teach you now, and I hope by then this works, okay. Yes, shall we start? Human heart, ready all of you? I want all of you to quickly put heart emoji in the chat box, okay. So, we know that, okay, all of you are ready for the heart, okay, all of you are ready for the heart. Unfortunately, there is no other place where I can, get the 3D. So, you can see once in this one. Let's see if heart is there. If we are lucky, we will get heart. Should mostly be there. I'll just biology is there, students, but all complicated membranes, polarity, neuron, that's all is there. Very less it is there, okay? Very less it is there, that's why it's not there. So, okay, no, never mind, we can do it, we can manage it, okay? Okay, now students, we are going to start the human heart. Lot of emojis have to come, okay? So normally, nama vande ippadi heart, we draw heart like this, but it is actually the shape of the heart. No ma'am, that is a fake shape of heart, right? That's just a emoji heart. So, nama heart draw பண்ணும்போது, we can draw it in multiple ways, okay? Ana, okay, like this we can draw, where the lower portion is a little more thin. So, I will draw it a little more bigger, okay? So, I can show you the labelings better. Yes, like this we can draw the heart, okay? Somewhat shape like this, students. Now, proper shape, we have to, not that of an expert. So, this is the partitioning, chamber partitioning this is, okay, because chambers have to be partitioned, otherwise how will the heart flow properly happens, okay? So, adanala chambers are classified properly. So, here I will just, okay, yes. So, this is the septums that I have drawn, like the proper partitions, okay? Now, see students, here, what is this? What is all this, ma'am? So, basically, my left is the right here, okay? So, adanala, this is going to be the right atrium, this is going to be the left atrium, this is going to be the right ventricle, this is going to be the left ventricle. So, this is the first part. First part of heart that you are going to study is this. Now, here you will notice there are so many partitions, and you will see some places it is thick, some places it is thin. What is this? Now, students, imagine, namakku septum illena chambers la vandu mixing of blood will happen. Yes, ma'am, proper chambers should be there. So, between the atria there is a chamber. We will call it as interatrial septum. Septum means what? Like a barrier. Okay, we will call it what? Interatrial septum, okay, which is not too thick, okay, which is not too thick, it is thin and muscular, okay, which is not too thick, it is thin and muscular. Got it, all of you? Thin and muscular. That is the first one. This is the septum. So, you should know septum means they help in what? Partitioning. Okay, for partitioning they will help. That means they are the ones who are going to, I don't know why yellow color is looking white in this one. Okay, it's looking white. Very white it is looking. Let me just call them and ask them also. What is the issue? Okay, yeah. So, students, in the interatrial septum la, namakku oru depression madri oru structure irukum. Okay, depression means not that depression that you have. Like we will have one like depression like this, which we will call as fossa ovalis. Okay, one depression like this, which is called as fossa ovalis. Okay, now this depression possible, remember, it will be helpful anyway. Fossa, I've taught you this many times, like if you have watched my lecture before also you will notice. In the fossa ovalis vanda, actually it is a remnant of the fetal heart, okay. That means this has to get closed as we are growing adult. In case this does not get closed, we say hole in the heart. Adu madri oru dialogue, like very common ana oru word vanda hole in the heart. Adu vanda because of this fossa ovalis, which is a remnant of the fetus, this one, okay. Clear? Yes. Clear? Should I write it here? I'll write it here if you want. It's a remnant of fetal foramen ovalis. So fetal heart la vandu nama foramen ovalis irukum, aa time la vandu open ah tha irukum, but ana when we as we grow as adult it has to close, and that becomes the fossa ovalis, which is a depression present on the interatrial septum. Clear? Interatrial septum. Okay, understood this? Now students, see here, this also you understood, no? Fossa ovalis, which is the remnant of fetal foramen ovalis. So here students, we have finished interatrial septum. Next, paakumbode, this is a very thick one, right? So this is between the ventricles. So what will you call it? Yes, come on. Interventricular septum. Interventricular septum. So in the interventricular septum, portion will be membranous, okay, and muscular. So muscular on top, then membranous. So muscular and membranous, and they are thick also. Okay, thick also. Okay, clear? This will separate the both the ventricles. Okay, va? Now students, see, between these two they are present, no? That is between the atria and ventricles, atria and ventricle. Now if I called the septum that separates the atria as interatrial septum, and the one that separates the ventricles as interventricular septum, then obviously between this, if it is there, what will I call it? Ma'am, you will call it atrioventricular septum. I will call it what? Atrioventricular. Okay, atrioventricular septum. Okay, students, in this septum only your AV node, okay, all those presents will be there. So this is your septums. Clear to all of you? First only I have taught you the septums, so it's easy for you to remember. Now just imagine students, here we will have valves. Okay, here we will have the tricuspid valve, here we will have the bicuspid valve. Okay, we will have the tricuspid and the bicuspid valve. We also have semilunar valves, which are on the semilunar and aorta, that I will teach you separately, but this is where the valves are going to be present. So here we, whatever valve is there, we call it as the AV valve. Okay, valve which is there, we call it as what? AV valve. Basically it has three cusp. Okay, it has the three cusp. Three cusp means like a three opening types. Okay, three cusp is going to be present. So I think I should draw it with a darker color. Okay, so here one valve is going to be there, which will have three cusp like this. Okay, three, like cusp means like a opening. Okay, like this flap like structures, three cusp will be there. Okay, and then here students, we will have one more, which is your bicuspid valve, which will have two cusp. Okay, two cusp. So two cusp is going to be present here. Here three cusp is going to be present. Okay, three cusp is going to be present. So this one, 1, 2 and 3. 3 cusp is going to be present. So here the between the right atria and the right ventricle, enna irukum? Tricuspid. Okay, tricuspid valve. Illena students, we can also call it as the AV valve. Just remember, atria, ventricles are there. So in the valve the AV valve we can call. In the bicuspid valve, okay, this is called as bicuspid valve. In the valve students, it can also be called as the mitral valves. Mitral valve. Okay, va? So we have AV valve and we have tricuspid. So we have tricuspid and bicuspid. So tri vanda enna side la irukum? Right la irukum. So right atrium and right ventricle la vanda tricuspid irukum. Left atrium la left ventricle la vanda bicuspid irukum. Bicuspid na mitral valve also called as. Tricuspid na AV valve we can also call it as. So this is clear. So now we have studied valve, septum, and we have just studied the septum basic. Okay, now we have to study in detail the heart. Okay, now we have to study in detail the heart, that is the anatomy of heart. Okay, anatomy of heart we have to study. So I think if I draw it in red, no, I'll draw it in white only. Okay. Okay. Shape students, every time it won't come properly. One more thing I'll teach you students. In the region we will call it as the apex. Okay, this pointed region we will call it as the apex. Okay, and this region we will call it as the base. Base of the heart and apex of the heart. Okay, base of the heart and apex of the heart. Now here when we go, it's okay, heart. No, it looks like someone has hit with both a cricket bat. Who broke your heart? Okay, அது மாதிரி தான். Who punched your heart ன்னு சொல்லணும். Heart பார்த்துட்டு. Did you all mark your attendance? Okay, okay va students? Almost okay தான். இந்த labelings எல்லாம் fix பண்ணணும். Okay, நம்ம start பண்ணலாமா? So, first we will do a very thin partition. Okay, because so many things will come in the border. So, adinala we have to do a thin partition. Okay, here we go. So, this is the partition. Okay, this is the partition. Okay, this is the partition. Now students, we are going to get into the detail. Okay, already you know this is the right atrium. Yes ma'am, we know this is the right atrium. Okay, this is the left atrium, opposite side. Okay, right ventricle, இது நம்ம left ventricle. Now we are going to study the anatomy of the heart. Are you all excited? Okay, first நம்ம வந்து normally என்ன ஆகும் students, heartல வந்து first deoxygenated blood will flow. So இங்க வந்து from the lower part of your body, okay, என்ன நடக்கும், from the lower part of your body there is inferior vena cava that is bringing blood to the heart. First என்ன நடக்கும், நம்ம inferior vena cava is going to bring the blood to the heart. அதுக்கப்புறம் நம்ம superior vena cava is bringing blood to the heart. And one more person who is bringing blood to the heart is called as the coronary sinuses. And the coronary sinuses வந்து இப்போ if I do a anatomical diagram, இங்க வந்து it will be present very big. Okay, அதுக்கு ஒரு opening இருக்கும் in the right atrium. Okay, right atrium. So coronary sinuses. So or sulcus also we say. So coronary sinuses க்கு ஒரு opening இருக்கும். That coronary sinuses students, see heart also is an organ. அதுக்கும் வந்து blood தேவை தானே. So அதனால அந்த myocardium will be utilizing the blood. So from the myocardium the blood has to be taken for purification. So coronary sinuses will do that job. Okay, so students, now what we have? We have inferior vena cava, superior vena cava, which is bringing blood. Okay, which is bringing blood. This is bringing from the upper part of the body. Okay, from the upper part of the body. This is from the lower part of the body. Okay va, lower part of the body, upper part of the body, blood is coming from the vena cavas. Okay, in the vena cava students, because in the placement of vena cava வந்து இப்படி இருக்குல்ல, so அதனால blood வந்து வாபஸ் போகிறதுக்கு ரொம்ப சான்ஸ் அதிகமா இருக்கு. So அதனால இந்த vena cavaல கூட ஒரு valve present ஆயிருக்கும். இது மாதிரி valve will be present. This is called as valve of Eustachian. Okay, additional information, if you can remember, you remember, otherwise it's fine. Okay, valve of Eustachian. So now blood has come. So here let's just start labeling it. So we have superior vena cava, okay, inferior vena cava, okay, IVC and SVC. Okay, IVC and SVC, which is inferior and superior vena cava. And then students, one more person who is going to bring the blood is going to be coronary sinuses. Okay, it's going to be coronary sinus. Okay, sinus, coronary sinuses, which is going to bring the blood to the heart from the myocardium, because that is also an organ. Simple as that. Okay, simple as that. Coronary, simple as that. Now students, already we have understood the valves. Okay, so I am going to draw the valves here. Valves are going to be drawn here. See, see, when I draw the valves, please understand the shape will not be like this. Okay, I am drawing it like this because it becomes easier for us to understand. Okay, like this, 3 cusp will be there. Okay, 3 cusp will be there. And here what will be there? 2 cusp will be there. Okay, 2 cusp will be there. So this is the valves. Clear? 2 valves I have drawn, very big valves I have drawn. Now students, normally nama heart draw பண்ணும்போது we always draw like this. Okay, we draw like this, foldings. Okay, foldings, இது மாதிரி foldings we draw. Again same thing. This is how we draw usually the heart. Okay, now when we draw little diagrammatic look wise and all, but technically if you see the heart structure anatomy, you will notice the anatomy is like this. Okay, Anatomy is like this, where the heart has this. Now what is this? This is called as the papillary muscles. This larger portion which you are seeing here, no, this wave like structure that you are seeing here, no students, idutha nama papillary valves. Edukku ma'am papillary valves, I'll tell you. Okay, so idutha nama papillary, sorry, not valves students, papillary muscles. Okay, okay, papillary muscles. In the papillary muscles ku or function irukku, so for that function we will have to understand it. Okay, now here bicuspid valve. Okay, bicuspid valve. Inga vandu tricuspid valve. Okay, tricuspid valve. So here we have IVC, inferior vena cava. So now the blood has come to the right atrium. Now the valves are going to open and the blood is going to flow to the right ventricle. Correct dane? Now from the right ventricle someone has to take the blood and go to the heart. Yes or no? Yes ma'am, someone has to take the blood and go, otherwise who is going to do it? So students, the only artery that carries deoxygenated blood is going to be called the pulmonary artery. Ena koopuduvanga pulmonary artery. So and the pulmonary artery vandu nama right ventricle inna, it is going to carry the blood all the way to the lungs. Enna nadakum? Okay, okay, it is going to carry the blood to the lungs. The only artery that is capable of carrying a deoxygenated blood. Okay, va? So it is carrying what? It is carrying the deoxygenated blood. Who is carrying? Pulmonary artery is carrying. Okay, pulmonary artery is carrying. It is taking where students? It is taking it to the lungs. Okay, it is taking it to the lungs. Now what is going to happen? From the lungs, the purified blood, right, the oxygenated blood will come with the help of the only veins that will carry, oxygenated blood. And how many veins are going to be there? 4 of them are going to be there. Okay, inge 2 openings will be there, here 2 openings will be there. So the only vein that will carry your deoxygenated blood is going to be your pulmonary vein. Clear? Yes or no? Now so much basics have happened. Okay, very basics have happened. What has happened students? Here the blood has been taken. Okay, here deoxygenated blood was there. Yes ma'am, deoxygenated blood was there. So deoxygenated blood has been taken from the right, okay, from the right ventricle, into, with the help of the pulmonary vein. Correct or not? Yes ma'am, correct. Okay, here the blood has been taken to the lungs. Now from the lungs the blood is going to get oxygenated, and the oxygenated blood vandu enga pogum students? It will go to the right atrium. From right atrium the bicuspid valve will open and it will come to the left ventricle. Now from left ventricle someone has to take and go. Yes or no? Yes ma'am, someone has to take it from the left ventricle to the body. So for that students, aorta is going to come, which I will not draw because if I draw it the diagram becomes too complicated. Remember that aorta is going to come like this and the aorta is going to take the blood to the body parts. Okay, I will write a flow chart for it. Now I am just teaching you the diagrams. Now remember I told you about this papillary muscles. Yes ma'am, you told about papillary muscles, but after that you did not tell anything. So students, in the papillary muscles vanda, it is going to be attached like this to the valves. Okay, and not the papillary muscles. Papillary muscles are actually going to help the chordae tendineae. Okay, what is it? Chordae tendineae to attach like this, to the valve, so as to prevent the prolapse, because நம்ம வந்து valve open பண்ணும்போது chance இருக்கு lapse ஆகிறதுக்கு. So அது protect பண்றதுக்கு தான் there is be chordae tendineae which are extending like this. Okay, which are extending like this from the papillary muscles, which will keep the valves in place. Is this clear? Shall we start labeling? I'll show you the diagrams. You don't have to worry. Okay. So first we will start labeling students. So inga vanda we understood this side. So this is called as your papillary muscles. What is this called as? This is called as chordae tendineae. Chordae tendinae. In the chordae tendinae வந்து என்ன பண்ணும் students? It will prevent the prolapse. Okay, it will prevent the prolapse. It will prevent the prolapse of the valves. Okay, clear? Now papillary muscles understood. This is the apex region. Again I am telling you, apex region. Okay, yes, this is understood. Now septum is there. This is also your chordae tendinae. Bicuspid valve is there. Now this one. Here we have four pulmonary vein. Students, have you ever heard veins are carrying oxygenated blood? Never. So this is an exception which is coming from the lungs. Pulmonary means lungs. So 4 pulmonary veins will open to the right atrium, and this one which you are seeing here is the pulmonary or pulmonary artery. Pulmonary artery. If I told you that there are valves to everything, otherwise obviously there will be backflow of blood. So to prevent the backflow of blood, students, in the pulmonary vein also there is going to be valves which are present like this. There are going to be what? Valves which are present like this, and these valves are called as pulmonary semilunar valves. Pulmonary semilunar valves. Okay, why ma'am? Because backflow of blood can happen. If blood is going like this, it can come back also. So to protect, we have pulmonary semilunar valves. Now I told you from here, aorta also will be going. Yes or no? From here, aorta also will be going, I told you. And students, this aorta also will have valves. Aorta also will have valves, and that aorta, I think I will color the this ones. Let's see how it will look. Okay. Okay, I think if I color, does it make a lot of difference or not? Oh no. Okay, like does it make it better? I feel little more highlighted it will look. Okay, so that is why I am coloring. Wait, we will just try to use a more mediocre color. Okay. Something happened, no? Oh wait. One second, students, something happened when I don't know what happened. We're trying to fix it out. Okay. Something got deleted, which I'm not sure what got deleted. Okay. Yeah. Is it better now? Like it's looking darker. Okay, better, right? Huh. So this is what happened. Look here. Here we have the pulmonary artery which is carrying the deoxygenated blood. Have you heard about any artery that carries deoxygenated blood? No, ma'am. Now, students, I told you aorta irukku. So, on the aorta also will have what? Ma'am, aorta will also have the valves, right? Aorta will also have the valve. So, aorta also has a valve, and that valve is also called as semilunar valve. So, what is the will there be a confusion? No, because we will call it aortic semilunar valves. What will we call it? Aortic semilunar valves. Okay, students. So, what and all have we studied? Very basic things we have studied. Okay, very basic things we have studied, but we have dealt with everything together. Okay, clear? Yes, aortic semilunar valves. Okay, aortic semilunar valves. So, this is the pulmonary artery, and then we have the pulmonary vein. Clear? Done? Done, done, done. Okay. So this is the basic. Good? Understood? So once again, let's go through it. Okay, it's easy. Let's keep it very easy in our head. Let's not confuse. Let's not think too much. So students, this is the heart. Okay, I'm standing this way so I can show you the atriums. Okay, so this is the right atrium. This is the left atrium. This is the right ventricle. This is the left ventricle. So normally the nama heart job and pumping organ da. So deoxygenated blood is going to come through the inferior vena cava, superior vena cava and coronary sinuses. Coronary sinuses or coronary sulcus is a vein that will carry the blood from the myocardium. Okay, because heart is also an organ, heart also needs the blood to be oxygenated and deoxygenated. So, adanale coronary sinus also will open here and the blood from the right atrium will come to the right ventricle with the help of whom? With the help of tricuspid valve. In the valve vandu open agum, so automatically blood will come down. Now, the blood is here. Yes, ma'am. But students, there are chances that the valves can lapse. That means the valves can, not close, or the closing and the opening will not be controlled. So, adanale, we have a stretch of like a slight, like how we say, like a stretch of how we see the skin or sheath, like that one stretch of structures are there which are called as caudate tendinae, which are actually extending from the papillary muscles which are lining the ventricles. Okay. So, from there it is touching here and now it will avoid the prolapse. Now, students, the blood has come to the right ventricle. Now, in the blood we have to pump it to the lungs because lungs la the oxygenation will happen. So, adanale from this portion there will be a pulmonary artery that will be arising. Yes, ma'am, artery. Yes, the only artery that has the ability to pump the deoxygenated blood. So, from here the pulmonary artery will collect the blood and give it to the lungs. Now, what will lungs do? Lungs will oxygenate it. Okay. Now, students, there is chances that as the blood is flowing, there can be backflow. To prevent that, we have kept a valve here which is called as pulmonary semilunar valves. So, in the valve vandu close agum. Now, it has gone to the lungs. Lungs il vandu oxygenation nadakum. After oxygenation, the pulmonary artery, four pulmonary vein will bring the blood to the left atrium. Okay, two will open here, two will open here, and from the left atrium and the blood the left ventricle flow agum epidi with the help of bicuspid valve. And the bicuspid valve also, there is actually what? There are stretches which are called as caudate tendinae, which are again extending from the papillary muscles. So, now the blood has reached into the left ventricle. From the left ventricle, someone should take and go, no? So, for that we will have our aorta. Okay, I did not label this. Okay, we will have the aorta, which will take the blood from the left ventricle and give it to all the small arteries. Okay, everyone who renal artery, hepatic, whoever wants to take it, aorta will give it, so we will get it through our entire body. Is this clear? Understood? Isn't it very easy? Yes, yes or no? Isn't it very easy? It's not that complicated. Okay, people make it complicated. So, here we had studied about few more things, which is like your fossa ovalis, which is going to be present in the depression of the your interatrial septum. Okay, those small things we have studied, and coronary sinuses. Now, let's see the diagram given in your NCERT as well. Okay, this is not a diagram given in your NCERT, I believe. One more diagram is given. So, student, this is the diagram. Let's see if we know everything. Okay, so first one, the start pannumbodhu again, right atrium, right ventricle. So, here you can see this is the right atrium. Yes, ma'am. This is the inferior vena cava. Like we can draw it from down. I have drawn it from top, so the labeling becomes easier. And then, students, here we have the superior vena cava. Now, superior vena cava, inferior vena cava, both are giving the blood to the right atrium. Okay. Then coronary sinus will open in the right atrium. I told you that already. So, now this is the tricuspid valve. Yes or no? Tricuspid valve, which is present on the atrioventricular septum. Now, the blood has come here. Now, from there the blood is being taken with the help of left pulmonary artery. The pulmonary artery, the blood has been taken and it will go, see, right pulmonary artery, like basically partition is happening. Okay, don't have to worry. So, it is going to the lungs. Okay, it is going to the lungs. Now, from the lungs, students, the blood is going to come where? With the help of your left, with the help of your pulmonary vein, blood is going to come. It will come to where? It will come to the left atrium, then it will go to the left ventricle, and here we have the bicuspid valve. Now from here to take who is coming, students, see, you can see systemic aorta is coming, and aorta will have those three, like, you know, like head, like caps will be there, no? Like the three structures will be there, which is going to take the blood to all the body parts. Is this clear to all of you? Yes or no? Now whatever we drew, we have to study it in theory pattern. Okay, now whatever we drew, we have to study it in theory pattern, otherwise we will not understand. So what will happen, students? Let's start from here. Okay, we have body. Okay, we have body. Okay, this is the body. Now from the body, okay, I'll draw the correct arrow marks as well. The deoxygenated blood is coming, one is coming from the superior vena cava, one is coming from the inferior vena cava. Where is it coming to? Ma'am, it is coming to the right atrium. Slowly I am teaching you, so like, you know, you can learn at your own pace. Okay, I am not hurrying up. Clear? If I hurry up, then you will be like, ma'am, I cannot understand anything. Then students, from the right atrium, where is it going? Ma'am, it is going to the right ventricles. It is going where? To the right ventricles. Correct? Correct. Okay. Now, from the right ventricle, someone has to take it. Yes, someone has to take it. So, from the right ventricle, who is going to take it, students? The pulmonary artery. Pulmonary artery is going to take it. Where is it going to take it to? It is going to take it to the lungs. Okay, it is going to take it to the lungs. Okay. Yes, ma'am, this much understood. This much understood. Now, lungs will do what? Lungs will do oxygenation. Correct? No? Lungs will do oxygenation. Now, from the lungs, the blood will go to the left. Okay. It will be taken up by the pulmonary vein. How many? 2 pairs. Okay. 4 pulmonary veins will take the blood. It will give it to whom, students? It will give it to the left atrium. It will give it to whom? It will give it to the left atrium. From the left atrium, the blood is going to go to the left ventricles. From the left ventricles, like this, I'll put arrow marks. Okay, it is going to go to the left ventricles. From the left ventricles, from the left ventricles, it will be taken up by the aorta, and from aorta, it will go to all the body parts. Okay, all the body parts. Clear? This is clear. Now we are going to write certain valves, what is and all present, we will write it. Okay, so students, look here. This is your, this is your superior vena cava. This is your inferior vena cava, and this is your coronary sinuses. Okay, CS I am writing, you please understand it is coronary sinuses. Now from right atrium to right ventricle, you will have your first tricuspid valve. Tricuspid valve. Correct? Then from right ventricle, it is going to the pulmonary artery, already written. Lungs. Lungs, what will happen? Oxygenation will happen. Oxygenation will happen. Now from lungs, it is going to the pulmonary vein. Yes, ma'am. From pulmonary vein, it is going to the left atrium. From left atrium to the ventricle, we have your bicuspid valve. Okay, wow. Not getting bored, no? Very interesting chapter. Bicuspid valve. In the bicuspid valve, from left ventricles, aorta, body parts. Here, students, remember, here also we have valves. Okay. Here also we have valves. Ana, inga vanda semilunar valves. Okay. And here semilunar valves. Okay, clear? Understood this? Semilunar valves, semilunar valves. Such a beautiful diagram, isn't it? Such a beautiful diagram. Yes or no? Yes or no? Huh? Understood? Yes, ma'am, understood. Now, students, there are two types of circulation. One is called as pulmonary circulation. So, on the double circulation, circulation, see, this is complete circulation, right? We are not getting anywhere mixing up of blood. Blood correct flow agada. So, nama complete double circulation. Nama complete double circulation. And the complete double circulation, we have two types of circulation that is happening, like two partitions to this, okay. One is called as systemic circulation. One is called as pulmonary circulation. It is called as pulmonary circulation. Pulmonary circulation means where here lungs will be involved. Okay, remember lungs to lungs it is going to be. Okay, my God, done. Majority is done. Done. Okay, you can take a screenshot or you can write it. I would always suggest write it. Okay, always write it. Okay, done. So, we say lungs to lungs is pulmonary circulation. Okay, lungs to, again coming back to lungs. This is your pulmonary circulation. That means from lungs it is going, again it is going to come back, right? This is pulmonary circulation. Systemic means tissues to tissues we can say. Okay, tissues to tissues we can say. So, Okay, let's write that also. Here I have already put a box, so you can see here. So, students, here you have pulmonary circulation. So, your pulmonary circulation is again lungs involved it is. Here you have systemic circulation. So, what is happening from the tissues? We are starting from tissues. Tissues, deoxygenated blood is going to the right atrium. Adukapram from right atrium it is going to the right ventricle. Correct thane? From right ventricle where is it going? It is going to the lungs. It is going to the lungs. Now here in tissues what is happening in your systemic circulation? From tissues it is going to the heart. From heart it is coming back to the tissues. Yes or no? Yes ma'am, that is what is happening. So that will be your systemic circulation. In simple words we can write like this. Okay, tissues is there. Okay, from tissues it is going to the heart. Correct, no? From heart it is again going to the tissues. So here what is happening, students? Here it is deoxygenated blood that is going to the heart. Who is taking this deoxygenated blood and going? Your vena cavas. Okay, so here vena cavas. Now it's reached the heart. From heart what is happening, Abhi? From Abhi, who is Abhi? Okay, from heart it is going to tissue, students. So from heart oxygenated blood is going. And it is carried by whom? It is carried by your pulmonary vein. Oh, sorry, aorta. It's going to tissues, no? Okay, aorta. So, this is one kuti systemic circulation. Okay, one kuti systemic circulation. Yes or no? So, here you should remember, okay, from left ventricle it is going, remember like that. From left ventricle is going to the aorta. So, here you can also write from here, left ventricles, then to the aorta to the tissues, correct. This is the flowchart that I have written just by writing heart, okay. And then again you should write from this way. This way means what? Tissues, vena cava, right atrium. That means tissues to heart it is going. How it is going till the right ventricle. So, this will become your systemic circulation. Now, if I write your pulmonary circulation, then you start with lungs. Okay. From lungs, students, you are going to carry it with the help, again, you are going to carry oxygenated blood. How are you going to carry? With the help of pulmonary vein. Correct. Now, where is it going to go? From lungs, it has gone to the heart. Middle heart only will come, okay, remember that. From heart again it has to go where? It will go to the lungs. So starting with lungs, ending with lungs, like that only I have made this. So here you can see again, lungs to heart varum. So lungs in oxygenated blood is going to the heart with the help of pulmonary vein. From the heart, how is it going from the heart? From the heart, deoxygenated blood is going with the help of pulmonary artery, okay, pulmonary artery to the lungs. So this is the pulmonary circulation. Understood? Instead of making it too complicated, I have made it very, very short. So now what is there in the lungs? You already know. What is there in the heart? You already know. Like example, let's take here situation. Lungs is there? Yes ma'am, lungs is there. From lungs, students, what is happening? Oxygenated blood is going. So this is the flow chart. Pulmonary vein to your left atrium to your left ventricles. Correct? That is stopping there. Got it? So lungs, pulmonary vein we have already written, then to the left atrium to left ventricle, that is done. Now your this side of the cycle will start how? It will start from your right atrium to right ventricle to the lungs. So pulmonary artery is doing. So this becomes a pulmonary circulation, this becomes a systemic circulation. Got it? So this also you can write. See, this also you can write it in a very simple way. This, oh, blue color. This is the systemic one. Okay, and this becomes pulmonary. We have cut short all the step and we have written just lungs and heart. Okay, if you write a bigger flow chart, then you can write left ventricle, like that you can continue and write. Okay. Okay, done. We feel like, okay, some big thing we have accomplished. Yes or no? Do you want a 2 minutes break? Okay, take a 2 minutes break. Okay, just blink your eyes and then just stretch yourself. Okay, 2 minutes stretching. Okay, stretch nicely because next cardiac cycle is going to be little more complicated, that's why. Okay, cardiac cycle will be more complicated, that is why. Okay, understood. I'm so sorry. Okay, done, stretching done. Okay, now we are going to study, students, cardiac cycle. Cardiac cycle actually happens in 0.8 second. Okay, this is the one that tells about your heartbeat also. That is why we say 72 times we beat. Okay, the heart beats 72 times, correct? So this cardiac cycle has to happen for us heart to beat. Now what is this cardiac cycle? How does the filling of blood happen? Adada we are going to study. So I will have put a cycle here. First we will understand the cycle, then I will explain it more detailedly. Okay. So students, first thing that will happen, remember, the entire heart is going to be relaxed. That is, a joint diastole will happen. But first usually we say with arterial systole. But anyway, understand that all the 4 chambers will be in relaxation situation. If all the 4 chambers are relaxed, you should understand that the ventricles are going to be 70% full with blood. because the blood has not gone anywhere, right? Only if contraction happened, because of the rush, the blood will enter into any of the veins or arteries. So for that, the entire heart has gone to a joint diastole. Diastole, na? Okay, that also I will write it here. Remember, systole, na? Contraction. Systole is called as what? Contraction. Diastole means relaxation. Okay, relaxation. So we have contraction and relaxation. So if I am saying that systole has happened, you should remember that contraction has happened. Okay, this you should understand. So look here, students, the first thing is going to happen is atrial systole. What is this atrial systole? Atrial systole means where the atrias are going to contract. Okay, atrias are going to contract. Now when atrias contract, you all tell me what would happen. Ma'am, if atrias contract, all the blood will flow through the ventricles? Yes. So students, this will lead to 30% of ventricle filling. This will lead to 30% of ventricle filling. Understood? Why? Because ma'am, atria contracted, obviously the blood has to now go to the ventricles. Ventricles, the blood will start flowing or not? Yes or no? Yes. If students, blood has to go from the atria to the ventricle, does the valve has to open or close? Ma'am, obviously ma'am, AV valve has to open, right? AV valve has to open, or both the valve, tricuspid and bicuspid, the atrioventricular valves have to open. So the valves are going to open at this point. Okay. Now students, atrial systole is just for 0.1 second. It's just for how much? 0. Out of the 8 seconds, your atrial systole is only for 0.1 second. Okay, now what has happened? The atrias have contracted, the blood has come to the ventricle. How much? 30% of ventricle filling has happened. Adukapram students, atrial diastole and beginning of ventricular systole. That means atria has now relaxed, because contraction happened, immediately relaxation has to happen. So atria contracted, blood went to the ventricles. Now atria is going to relax, ventricle is going to contract. Now the ventricle is beginning to contract. That is when we are going to hear the first heart sound. Okay, oh God. First heart sound we are going to hear when students? When the when the AV valve closes. Okay, when AV valve, because why? Because if I don't close the AV valve, then the blood will flow out, it will do backflow, right? So atrial diastole has happened and beginning of ventricular systole, that will lead to the first sound, which is the lub sound. What sound? Lub sound, which is for longer duration, lub sound. Okay, first sound has been lub. Clear? Now students, ventricles are going to contract. Now you tell me, when ventricles contract, what is going to happen? Ma'am, when ventricles contract, because of the pressure, the blood will start moving through the pulmonary artery and the aorta. Correct or not? If I don't give pressure, how the blood will not go at all. So if I press like this, the blood has to go outside. So students, the third thing that is going to be ventricular systole. Ma'am, how long the ventricular systole is going to happen? Students, ventricular systole will happen for 0.3 seconds. 0.3 seconds. So here when the ventricles are contracting, remember, the blood will rush out of pulmonary artery and aorta. Clear? Aorta. So when the atrial systole finishes and ventricular systole happen, by then here you should remember there is an isovolumetric contraction. Iso means same. Okay. Isovolumetric contraction will happen. Okay, clear? So students, here what will happen? If the blood has to go through the valves, the pulmonary artery or the aorta, don't you think the semilunar valves have to open? Yes ma'am, obviously the semilunar valves has to open. So here in this scenario, the semilunar valves will open. Okay, semilunar valves will open. So the blood can flow to the lungs. Now what will happen? From the ventricles, the blood has all gone and it is the beginning of ventricular diastole where you will listen the second heartbeat. Why? Because once the blood has gone, there is chance that the blood will backflow. So during that time, the semilunar valves are going to close. So in this scenario, students, the semilunar valves will close. That will lead to what sound? Dub sound. That will lead to what sound? Dub sound. Okay, understood? Yes or no? Now the ultimatum is coming, that is joint diastole, where all the chambers are going to relax. So complete ventricular diastole, and that, students, that is the end of your JD. That is, JD is what? Joint diastole is going to happen, which is going to be for 0.4 seconds. So arterial systole 0.1 second, ventricular systole 0.3 second, and then 0.4 second is going to be your joint diastole. Clear? So two sounds have been heard. First sound is when the AV valves close, which is the LUP sound. Second sound is going to be the DUP sound when the semilunar valves are going to close. So this is your cardiac cycle, which happens in 8 seconds. If anyone wants to take a photo or write it down, please do write it down. Then later you will scold me telling, ma'am, please ma'am. Clear? This is semilunar valves. Okay. Now here, students, here I am going to write a trick for all of you to remember. Remember like this, Ammu. You know, no, my name is Ammu. Okay, my other name is Ammu. I don't know how many of you know. Ammu wants. Okay, I changed the wants spelling. Wants laser bulb. I want what? Laser bulb. So how will you remember? What is the trick, ma'am? So A, V, L, B. So that means when AV valve closes, okay, AV valve closes, that leads to lub sound. That leads to what? Lub sound. When AV valve closes, okay, okay, when AV valve closes, it leads to lub sound. And students, when semilunar valves closes, when semilunar valves closes, it leads to what sound? Ma'am, it will lead to dub sound. Dub sound. So I hope cardiac cycle is clear to all of you. Okay, cardiac cycle is super easy. First, atrial systole will happen, which is for 0.1 second. So imagine if atrias have to contract. When atrias contract, obviously the blood will move towards the ventricle. So ventricle, 30% ventricular filling will happen. Rest of the 70% filling would have happened during the jointed diastole. Then students, after the atria has contracted, then atria will relax, that is atrial diastole. Then the next is going to be the beginning of ventricular systole. Correct or not? When ventricular systole is going to happen, you should remember that we have to close the tricuspid and bicuspid valve, otherwise backflow of blood will happen. So this is going to be for 0.3 seconds. So right at this point, the AV valve will closes. Okay, everything I am writing flow chart because it becomes so much easier for you people. Then students, ventricular systole has happened. Now the ventricles have contracted. During the ventricular contraction, the blood will go to where? To the pulmonary artery. It will start entering the pulmonary artery and aorta. So if blood has to enter here, you should remember that the semilunar valves has to open. Valves open. Correct or not? Yes, ma'am, correct. Now, if the, so ventricular systole is coming to an end. So now 3 seconds is over. Now ventricular systole, diastole will happen. Going to the next, all the chambers going to a relaxation state. So during this time, students, you should imagine the ventricles is going to relax, means after that the blood has already gone to the body parts and lungs and everything. So that time here, the semilunar valves will close. Clear? This is how the whole process is going to happen. So this will lead to lub sound, which is a long pitched, long duration sound. This is a short pitched dub sound. That is why you are able to hear that lub dub, you are able to hear. You might be thinking that, ma'am, what is happening? But remember, lub is a low pitched, okay, sorry, L for low. Okay, low pitched but long duration. Clear? I told high pitched, but it is L for low. Okay, so lub low pitched long duration. Low pitched long duration. Dub is high pitched short duration. Short duration. Okay, va? Clear? Purinjada students? Any doubts? If you have any doubts, please drop it down in the comments. Okay, this is the whole thing. So this trick you remember. Ammu wants laser bulb, AV valve closes, lup sound will be caused. Okay, this is the entire your cardiac cycle. This is more than enough. This is a beautiful representation. So this also you can use. This is from Vedantu notes itself. Okay. Now students, blood vessel, very little is there. There's no detail of blood vessels. Analum, let's just go through it. Okay, let's just go through it. So what is there? Fibrous connective tissue with collagen fibers. We have the layers tunica externa, tunica media. Tunica media is made up of smooth muscles and elastic fibers, and then we have tunica intima or interna, which is made up of squamous endothelium. So this is how the layers of your blood vessels are going to be. The externa is there, media is there, interna is there, or intica is there. So tunica externa, which is usually made up of students, fibrous connective tissue with collagen fibers. Fibrous connective tissue with collagen fibers. Tunica media usually with smooth muscles. Tunica interna usually with squamous endothelium. Okay. Then artery students, this is the lumen is there. Okay, this is the lumen. Remember, arteries, the lumen is smaller. Okay, lumen is going to be smaller. Okay, in ventricles the lumen is going to be larger. Lumen is larger. Okay, so here pressure will be less, here pressure will be more. Okay, because lumen is smaller, more blood will want to flow means then the pressure will be very high. Okay, pressure will be very high. Clear? Okay. Now this is just basic about blood vessels. Next one very important thing is students, your blood pressure and who regulates the heart. Okay, who regulates the heart? Now you will be thinking, no ma'am, how does this heartbeat happens? How does this action potential is happening? How this electrical impulse is passing on? That is important for us to know, yes or no? So remember students, who regulates the heart is going to be taken care by these people, because these people are the ones who regulate the heart. First one is called as sinoatrial node. Idha nama sinoatrial node, which is present in the right atrium. Okay, which is present in the right atrium. In the sinoatrial node, it is present near the right atrium. This is the pacemaker of the heart. What is this fellow called? This is the most important. You would have heard people keeping artificial pacemaker, no? So this is the pacemaker of the heart. The pace of the beats are managed by this SA node. Okay, pacemaker of the heart. We can also call it, students, SAN node. Okay, we can also call it SAN. Okay, now from the sinoatrial node, the electrical impulse will be created, and the electrical impulse it will move to the next node, which is called as atrioventricular node, which is present in the atrioventricular septum. Okay, in that region only. So the electric impulse will go from the sinoatrial node to the AV node. From the AV node, students, right here we will have something called as bundle of His, who is again going to carry the electrical impulse. After that, in the ventricles, you will have a set of fibers which are called as Purkinje fibers. This name comes after the person who discovered it. So Purkinje fibers. This Purkinje fibers is only present in the ventricles, which is going to help with the contraction. Okay, which is going to help with the contraction. So adanale, these are the people who are going to regulate the heart. So how does this happen, students? Remember, these are all a set of nodal tissues. Okay, what are they? Nodal tissues. Clear? Nodal tissues. Now what is nodal tissue? A group of tissues. That's it. Okay, a group of tissues. Okay, a group of tissues. Clear? Nodal tissue. Now students, see here, first we have SAN node, then we have AV node, then we have bundle office, then we have Purkinje fibers. So how is the electrical impulse coming? Ma'am, it will start in SAN, yes, correct. Then it will come to AV node. From AV node, where will it come students? AV node, it will come to the bundle office. From bundle office, where will it come to? Purkinje fibers. Purkinje fibers. So this is how the regulation of the heart will happen. Okay, regulation of the heart will happen how? Like this. Okay, this is how the regulation of heart will happen. Okay, clear? Understood this? Easy. Who regulates the heart? These are the people who will regulate the heart. Next one is students, blood pressure. Blood pressure. We always say, no, my God, my BP is so high. Okay, in the class, you will also say, my God, my BP is so low because I understood everything. So, adu madri that the BP up and down, it will go. So, remember, blood pressure, the pressure exerted by the blood on the walls of the blood vessel. Clear? Okay, so mainly in the arteries. So, the pressure exerted by the blood on the walls of arteries. Okay, on the walls of arteries. Pressure exerted by the blood on the walls of arteries. So, this is your artery. Okay. Now, the blood which is flowing inside, okay, will start exerting pressure on these walls. Yes or no? Yes, ma'am. It will start exerting pressure here, and that pressure will increase when we have, let's say, hypertension and all of that, it will increase. So, students, நம்ம normal pressure வந்து எவ்வளோ இருக்கும்? Normally, you people would have done BP. How many of you have low BP? I have low BP. Majority time I don't have, but sometimes I do have low BP, okay, when I'm highly stressed. So, you people know many times I would have told it on my Telegram also, okay. If you don't know my Telegram, it's Gopika Biology. Make sure you join there as well, okay. And also, we need Tamil Nadu, where you will get all the notes, DPPs and everything. Description box, notes are there. Now, students, normal pressure, that in the, like, the thing that we can experience is, that is normally, like when you are not under stress, when you are not in your exam hall or anything, okay, when it is not May 3rd, your normal pressure is going to be 120 by 80, okay, 120 by 80. This is the normal pressure, very normal pressure, like 120 by 80. Now, you will be thinking, ma'am, what is this 120? This is, students, the systolic pressure, that means contraction pressure, no, like that, systolic pressure. And students, down you will have diastolic pressure. Diastolic pressure. So, we have systolic pressure and this 80 is the diastolic pressure. There can be scenarios where diastolic pressure is usually very, very low, okay, and systolic pressure is correct. That also can happen, students. There are scenarios where this two can completely change, okay, remember. This can be low, this can be high, because this completely depends, no, systolic pressure, diastolic pressure doesn't matter. Now, students, during hypertension, let's say we are in exam hall, okay, or your exams are coming near, that time I will have hypertension, no, that time the thing will rise up, it will shoot up, okay, the pressure will shoot up to how much? 140, it can go up to 140. Now, here it can go up to 90, even 100 also for some people, but it is too dangerous. Okay, you will calculate with the help of mercury. So, mmHg always write. Students, this also is same. This is the systolic pressure, SP I am writing. This is the DP, okay, DP, diastolic pressure. What is DP? Desktop photo, something like that. You used Gen Z people tell, na? Why is this arrow keeps moving, students? This arrow is a problem, okay, yes. Understood? Normal? Yes. So, students, this can vary. It will never be like 120, 120. It can vary. Always remember, it can vary. This can go somewhere between 100 to 120 also, it is fine. Mostly 110 will be fine. This also mostly 60 to 80 between but 60 is actually low BP. So we should always make sure that we are in that range. Okay, this is hypertension when you're taking extreme tension. Okay, now students, we have to calculate something called as the stroke volume. What do you have to calculate? Stroke volume. This was given in your summary. I hope yesterday's video all of you have seen about your NCERT hidden lines. Okay, you would have learnt about your NCERT hidden lines, right? So what is the stroke volume? Stroke volume means, students, during the ventricle systole, okay, during the ventricle systole, the volume that is ejected out, that is called as the stroke volume. Clear? Ejected out. So stroke volume is the volume of blood, okay, volume of blood ejected out during ventricular systole. Okay, ventricular systole. Okay, understood? During the ventricular systole, whatever blood is ejected out, that is what we call as the stroke volume, and it is usually 70 ml. Okay, now I told you in a summary, they have told this stroke volume can also be called as beat volume. Beat volume. Clear? Now students, we have to calculate the cardiac output. What we have to calculate? We have to calculate the cardiac output. So how do I calculate the cardiac output, ma'am? So students, cardiac output, I'll write it here. Cardiac output. Cardiac output is usually stroke volume, okay, SV, stroke volume into heartbeat. Okay, stroke volume is 70. So 70 into 72 is going to be 5040 ml approximate. So we can write it as approximately 5 liters of blood. 5 liters of blood. Out of this 5 liters, remember 1000 to 1200 is going to the kidney for purification. Okay, so this is the cardiac output. SV into HB. Okay, SV into HB. SV into HB. Clear? Okay, this is your blood pressure. Important, please make a note of this, otherwise later you will regret telling that I should have written when Gopika Ma'am was telling so many times. Okay, yes. Oh my god. Yes, students, come on. Systolic and diastolic pressure. Systolic diastolic pressure means contraction pressure and relaxation pressure. Okay. Done. Okay. Okay, done. Understood, right? Students, stroke volume, you can calculate like 130 minus 170, that is basically the how much blood is coming in, filling has happened, minus how much is going out. Okay, but then it's fine, you could just remember it as 70. Who controls the heartbeat is understood, no? SAN is very important because it is the pacemaker of the heart. That is why sometimes we also keep artificial pacemaker, and that has to be changed. Okay, after few years it has to be changed. Artificial pacemaker we can keep, but again the life, the longevity is very less. Okay, the life is very less for when you keep an artificial pacemaker. Clear? This is the natural pacemaker. This should fix the pace of the heart. Okay, done. So here students, remember Purkinje fibers will be giving the contraction to the ventricles. Okay, because this is present only in the ventricles, this contraction will happen in because of the Purkinje fibers in the ventricles itself. Okay, we are coming almost to the end, right? Yeah. So next is ECG, that is electrocardiogram. Okay, ECG, electrocardiogram. Electrocardiogram and graph is there. Now most of the students get confused. Electrocardiogram is what? Gram is the instrument or not? Tell me quickly in the chat box. Electrocardiogram and electrocardiograph. Okay, you will be thinking, ma'am, obviously graph. Okay, electrocardiogram and electrocardiograph. How many of you have seen this at least? How many of you have seen this at least? Have you seen it like in movies? Have you seen very dramatically, you know, like this? Now, I am drawing it like this. Okay, in movies they'll show like this. Like this they'll show. Correct? They'll show like that. Huh? Huh. So, very good. Graph is the machine, students. Gram is the graph. Okay. You'll be like, why, ma'am? I don't know, student. Okay. So, electrocardiograph is the instrument. Okay. Ulta. Graph is the instrument. Okay. Electrocardiogram is the graph. Clear? So, this you should understand. Okay, this you should understand. Otherwise, gone. Okay, gone. Now, students, usually we can have 3 leads. Okay, for an ECG, I have sent this on my Telegram as well. I don't think I can show it here. Okay, on my Telegram, I had sent you the ECG. Okay, one of my cousins was sick, so that time I had taken, like, the person had taken ECG, so I was just checking. Okay, students, nowadays up to 12 leads can be added. Okay, now 3 leads is added. You can see right, left, and towards the side, or we can even add it to the wrist as well. Okay, so 2 on the wrist and 1 towards the ankle. So usually 3 leads are used. That day also they had used 12 leads. Okay, 2 on the ankles, 2 wrist, sorry. I'm not telling this is the fixed leads or something, it can change. Okay, now we can see up to 12 leads will be there. Okay, 12 leads will be there, which will be added towards this chest area. Okay, here it will be added. Okay, here it will be added, here leg it will be added. So up to 12 leads they can add here. Now what is this electrocardiogram, students? Normally I told you, just in serials you would have seen, no, doctor would have done everything possible. That fellow's graph would have been like this, like this, like this, like this, like this, like this. Okay, the doctor will come and tell the serial actress that the graph has become like this, he is no more. Okay, suddenly she will go, who? Okay, suddenly she will go and she will be like, what are you saying? Okay, I can do better treatment. So anga vanda she will enter into the operation theater la enter பண்ணிட்டு அப்ப surgery எல்லாம் பண்ணிட்டு suddenly இந்த graph வந்து இப்படி ஆகும். Okay, this will only happen in serial, students. If random people get into the hospital, obviously the graph which was like this also will go to like this. Clear? So this is what is happening. So electrocardiogram வந்து 12 leads இருக்கும். It will be basically to know the heartbeat, how it is happening, and there are certain waves to it. Okay, there are certain waves to it. So look at the wave here, students. These are the waves. Now ma'am, what is this wave that we are going to understand? So here you can see 1 wave, 2 wave, 3 waves, right? This is the 3 waves of your entire thing. First wave, students, is called the P wave. What is the first wave called as? The P wave. Okay, P wave. In the P wave la வந்து நம்ம என்ன capture பண்றோம் ma'am? நம்ம வந்து atrial systole வந்து capture பண்றோம். Atrial systole. We are capturing the atrial systole. This atrial systole capturing can also be called as atrial depolarization. Okay. So here first one is called as atrial systole. This can also be called as atrial depolarization. Atrial depolarization. Okay, I think this will go little this side. Atrial depolarization. Clear? Atrial depolarization. Okay, that is the first wave, which is the P wave. Okay, second wave one, the student, this is the wave. Hey yo, this is, wait, I'll draw oval structure. We will use all the brains that we have, all the brain cells, sorry. This is the next wave. Okay, why is this fellow here? Okay, yeah, atrial depolarization. Now look here, this is the PQRS wave. Okay, what is it? Sorry, P is over QRS wave. Okay, QRS wave. So students, in the wave and it's a big wave, right? It's a big wave. In the wave nama ventricle depolarization we will understand. So ventricles have more value. Okay, ventricular depolarization will get captured. That means in that cardiac cycle, whatever is happening is getting captured in the ECG to understand if there is any issue. Doctor adu paakumbodhe they will understand that if the heart has any issue, major issues if it is there. Minor issues we cannot do that, we have to do other scans and all that. But normally a minor issue in the like we call it as heart murmuring and the waves konja different airikum. Adu mari irunducha they will understand that the heart has some problem. So this is called as the ventricular depolarization, and students, this is the highest amplitude. Okay, this has the highest amplitude. As you can see the wave itself, it is too big. Okay, highest amplitude. Okay, highest amplitude. Spelling is correct, amplitude. Okay, correct. Now, next wave that you are seeing here, okay, seeing here is called as the T wave. Who wave? T wave. T wave. In the T wave just imagine, ma'am, depolarization happened, ma'am, maybe repolarization will happen. Yes, here students, ventricular repolarization will happen. Ventricular repolarization will happen. Ma'am, but why not atrial repolarization? Students, atrial repolarization nadakkum, but ana and the amplitude konja kammiya irukku. So adanal nama ECG la capture pandradhukku romba kashtam. So adanal nama ventricular repolarization irukku, ana atrial repolarization kedaiyadu. Okay va? So this is an ECG. Okay, this is an ECG, that is the electrocardiogram. So this ECG will help us understand if there is any issue or major issues in the heartbeat. Okay, heartbeat, because the whatever we have captured ellame cardiac cycle la present aata irukku. So anything like that, like example, we call it as heart murmuring, not like we can hear it. Okay, adu ECG paakumbodhe normally we will understand, okay, there is a heart murmuring. So this kind of conditions can be captured, but not the small issues cannot be captured. Minor, like some major issues is there, we will be able to capture it. Clear? Yes or no? Ha. Okay, students, remember this entire setup la vandu chinna box da. Okay, they will have like electrodes. Okay, electrodes present a irukum, amplifier will be present. Okay, or amplifier will be present, adukapra or display system. Okay, and the display system la you can see this. I have sent you the machine as well on the Telegram, so make sure that you check that. And students, or a graph sheet madri or sheet irukum, and the sheet we will get the electrocardiogram. So this is what the machine will have. It is just a box, okay, very small box with lot of pins on it. Pins andre for which will act as the leads. Clear? They will apply a gel and upon that they will put the leads and that's it. Okay, that's it. Clear? Yeah, electrodes, amplifier and this one. Okay, yes. Now here, heart block also they will understand. Okay, heart block also they will understand. Because students, this is the very important, this has come so many times in PYQs. So if you are studying anything from body fluids and circulation, make sure you study this, because here mainly they will give you match the columns. Okay, match the columns, and you will not believe last year's when I checked the papers, okay, around 7 times this question has come, 6 to 7 times this question has come as a match the following column. Okay, match the column. If I write M.C, you will not understand, no? Match columns. Okay, clear, match columns. So this is what the PYQs are. So this is understood, I hope. So students, depolarization. Now, yeah, listen here. To remember, ma'am, first D will come or Re will come. You already might know, but still remember your profession. Okay, future profession is going to be what? Doctor. So remember, first your doctor, D is going to come. So that means first depolarization is going to come. Okay, that means atrial depolarization, ventricular depolarization. Then students, repolarization is going to come. Okay, repolarization is going to come. Got it? Ventricular depolarization and repolarization. So remember, doctor. Doctor is what you have to remember because you are going to be a doctor. So adanale first only you remember the doctor. Second, students. Okay, doctor. DR. First depolarization, adukapram repolarization. So first one the atrial systole or atrial depolarization, adukapram ventricular depolarization, adukapram ventricular repolarization. Atrial repolarization also will happen, but ana adu vandu capture pandradhukku the amplitude is not very high. Okay, adanale this is not there. Clear? Done. Slide is done. This is also done. Okay, now next students, number one, diseases. Okay, which are the diseases that are caused due to heart diseases. Okay, which are the diseases that are going to be caused? Okay, so look here, known as atherosclerosis. Okay, coronary artery disorder, also known as atherosclerosis, where it is caused by the buildup of plaque. Plaque na nama teeth la yellow color structure, plaque. That is because of accumulation of calcium, they say. So inga vanda accumulation of calcium, fat or fibrous tissue can happen, which makes the lumen of artery narrow. Already lumen of artery vandu narrow da irukku. So because of this, pressure vandu increase agum. Okay, pressure at which the blood has to flow will increase drastically. Okay, affects the supply of blood to the heart muscles. What will it do? It will affect the supply of blood to the heart muscles. Clear? Yes or no? So first we have CAD disease, coronary artery diseases. First one, it is known as atherosclerosis. Atherosclerosis. Okay, atherosclerosis, which is the buildup of plaque. Plaque means accumulation, calcium, fat, fibrous tissue. This will increase the pressure in the artery because the lumen becomes more narrower, and this will not allow the enough blood to flow to the heart muscles. Okay, va? Next one, students, angina pectoris, which is also known as angina pectoris. Not enough oxygen reaching the heart muscle. Enna nadakudhu? Enough oxygen is not reaching the heart muscle. That is, symptom is, students, you will get acute chest pain, can occur in men as well as women. So here what is happening? Angina pectoris, we also casually say, okay, angina pectoris. Now what is happening? Mainly not enough oxygen is reaching the heart muscle. Clear? Not enough oxygen is reaching the heart muscle. Yes, angina pectoris, students, we can say it's mainly because of a temporary supply will be reduced. Okay, temporary we can say, because this is a warning sign. So temporary oxygen supply will be reduced. Okay, will be reduced. Okay, now this is angina pectoris. Okay, next one, students, also called, this is your myocardial infarction. That is what is happening, also called as myocardial. I think some of the print has gone. Okay, something has happened to the print. No, it's fine. Okay, myocardial infarction. I'll show you difference. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. I wanted to show you the images, but I don't think it is working. The stimulation is not working. Okay. So here you have myocardial infarction, which you also call, students, casually as heart attack. Correct? Heart attack. So the heart has been attacked. How it has been attacked? This is also called as myocardial infarction, where the plaque is there, which was done by your CAD. So the plaque will rupture and causes a blockage, because of which what will happen? Damage or death of the cardiac muscle tissues, because they will not get any supply. So the damage will happen, or the death will happen. Okay, or the death will happen. Now students, we also say cardiac arrest. Okay, we also say cardiac arrest. Remember this, this is when your heart just arrests. That means the heartbeat just stops. Okay, stops. That means arrest means what? Just like at one shot the heart has stopped beating because maybe of the SAN node. So cardiac arrest is there. Then heart failure is there. Okay, so many words are there actually. Heart failure. What is fail spelling? Yeah, failure is there. In the heart failure la vandu enna nadakum students? Basically the heart becomes weak. Okay, heart becomes weak or tired, like fatigue. Okay, we can't say tired, or fatigue, because of which pumping will not happen properly, due to which the supply will reduce. Okay, pumping will not happen enough, due to which the supply will reduce. Okay, supply will become less. Clear? So this many are there: heart attack, okay, heart attack, cardiac arrest, and then you have your heart failure. Okay, now here you can see students, coronary artery disease, plaque builds up in the artery. So this again also can cause your anything. It can all lead to heart attack or cardiac arrest or heart failure. Why? Because blockage has happened. Okay, here what is happening? Angina pectoris, it is harder for the blood to get through the artery. Heart attack students, plaque will crack and the blood will clot. Now the blood has started going back. Instead of going this way, it has gone this way, and this will damage the tissues, and obviously they cannot work without it, right? Without blood they cannot work. So that will lead to this problem. Okay, now there is one question that has come: difference between atherosclerosis and arteriosclerosis. Now students, atherosclerosis is the formation of plaque. Formation of what? Plaque. Okay, atherosclerosis. And arteriosclerosis is actually thickening of the inner wall and the central wall of the artery. If the thickening also happens students, then also it will lead to what? Reduction in the blood supply. Okay, here also reduction in blood supply, here also reduction in blood supply, but understand here it is because of the inner walls getting thicker, tunica interna getting thicker. Okay, here it is because of calcium fat deposition. That's why they say you should not have extremely high fried food and fast food every single day. And even if you have it and you're not doing any workout, then it becomes a problem. Okay, you're not doing any kind of cardio, you're not doing any kind of workout, then it becomes a very big issue. So that is why they say you should, even if you're eating, do workout, burn that much, how much ever you're eating, burn it. Most of the time what happens when we're sitting for studies also, we just sit and we just study and we forget the fact that we have to move our body. That's why I told you 2 minutes of stretching. You have to stretch, you have to get up, stretch your legs, hands, walk for 10-15 minutes. Preparation does not mean sit ideally for 10 hours. You will also become obese. You will also put on a lot of weight. Why do you want to go through that, right? That is why this is thickening of the inner wall, and this is plaque formation mainly because of calcium deposition, fat deposition, mainly fat. Okay, cholesterol they say no, bad cholesterol accumulation will happen. Clear? So here I hope this is clear students. Any doubts you have here? Now many students are asking me, ma'am, what to do for revision. See, I'll give you one very simple trick. Okay, see students, now that you have watched my one shot, you would have written some handwritten notes also, short notes on your NCERT or in like books as well, or after that you have to read your NCERT to see that every lines are the same, because I would have told it in a very comfortable way for you people. But ana the NCERT la vandu konja scientific konja proper ah irukum, so adanal NCERT vandu padikanam. Then students, and the short notes use panni revise பண்ணிட்டு next revise பண்ணிட்டு you should solve PYQs. எவ்வளோ PYQs ma'am? At least 30 to 40 minimum ஒரு chapter in 100 PYQs solve பண்ணணும். 30 to 40 அதுக்கப்புறம் என்ன டவுட் இருந்துச்சா வாபஸ் வந்து அந்த கான்செப்ட் வீடியோ பார்த்துட்டு அந்த டைம் ஸ்டாம்ப்ல வந்து you see and you leave. Okay, then students, I told you whenever you are reading NCERT இந்த ஸ்டெப்ல வந்து நம்ம finger tips யூஸ் பண்ணி தான் ரீட் பண்ணணும். Okay, example, இங்க ஒரு டைரி இருக்கு. ஸோ இந்த டைரியில வந்து let's say, okay, this is the notes. Okay, இப்போ இந்த notes படிக்கும் போது I should keep my fingers like this. So when I keep my fingers, what happens? My brain will also see that okay, something is moving, and automatically it will start reading. But let's say I read like this, I'm not concentrating, but the moment I keep my hand or a pen or a highlighter, automatically my brain starts reading it faster. So on the fingertips vekanam. Adukapra students, 4-2-1 rule. That means let's say today is Monday. Monday you have studied this chapter. Adhikapram you have to revise it on a Friday. Now ma'am, when I revise, how do I revise? This way. You read the short notes, solve some 10 PYQs and see if you remember everything or not. That is why I am telling you 500 PYQs is very important. Go and take it. Go and download it now only. It is in 150 days plan, Verithanam plan under the live session. Okay. And then students, Adhikapram, 1 week will go by. This 1 week has gone by. Second week la vandu innoru vaati revise pananum. Okay, then month end of the month you have to revise once. So if this way, what will happen? First week you studied the chapter, second week you revise, third week you will not forget, fourth week again you will do revision. This is how you have to revise. Yeah, however long the chapter is, however difficult the chapter is, the more you revise, the more it is better. Okay, more the better, and this is not what I am told. Any toppers you ask, any student who is in MBBS right now also you ask, they have 10x more syllabus than you. Your syllabus is nothing. Okay, 10x syllabus also they are revising with the same technique itself. That is why I am telling you, use this technique to revise really well. So students, if you have understood everything, I hope you are a part of this challenge as well. So in the challenge, day 1 Archer, day 2 also is done. So now it is going to be day 3. So make sure you are part of this challenge. Yena ma'am, in the challenge. In the challenge, number 7 days, how did we make the question paper? How did we make the test series? And the entire vlogging we have done to make you also involved in it. And on the end of the short, on the short end or question varum which might repeat in your 2026. And the madri or question irukum. And the question answer pandra students, maybe top 25 and top 30 students will be picked up by our team. Okay, or 5-6 teachers vandu a team set pannitaanga, and the team in the students will be picked up, and that students are going to get some free giveaways. Okay, you will get the free giveaways. You will be given a QR code or something like that, which will give you the coupon that will allow you to make the payment in zero payment. Okay, so that's why I want all of you to take a part of this, and also please do subscribe to the channel and make sure that you have watched this video. If you're a serious NEET aspirant, you should have watched this video. And yesterday I have made a video on NCERT hidden lines. Please go through it, because biology, lot of questions come like that. Okay, lot of questions come like that, so make sure you go through this. And students, the notes of this will be in the description box. Okay, this beautiful notes that I've made for you is in the description box. Anything, if I have, anything doubt or something you have, like this, see, everything is handwritten for you. Heart also I have drawn. How many times I have drawn heart for all of you? Okay, how many ever times I draw, it's less for me, I feel, because I want to teach you more and more. Okay, so if you have any doubts, please make sure that you're putting it in the description box. Okay, I hope there is no doubt. Okay, thank you so much. We are going to become 11K very soon. Thanks for all the love. We should also hit more. We should become 15K. That should be our second milestone, and I want all of your support. Okay, language should be the last thing that you're worried about. First, you think about the content. Okay, where you're getting good content, you have to be there. Clear? So yes, students, thank you so much for joining. Okay, yes, I look because of the glasses. Okay, yeah, done. Any doubts, always feel free to put it in the comment section. You don't have to think 2 times. Ma'am, I have this doubt. I will answer the doubt. Okay, I will answer the doubt. Yes, we are giving you all this in recorded content, because at your own pace you can watch it. Like your own pace, you can speed it, watch it. So adanalada in the recorded mode live also I will be doing. And students, remember, tomorrow we will be doing a reproduction unit full live. Okay, that means we will finish human reproduction, sexual reproduction and reproductive health one shot, where I will be quickly going through my notes and teaching you. So that way you will not, you will remember the entire concept. So it will be like a fast revision. Okay, so I want to see you all of you tomorrow. Okay, please do join. So bye bye students, Kana, see you all in the next class. Till then, take care, bye bye. I hope all of you enjoyed the class a lot, and please make sure that you let me know in the comments as well how the class was, so I also feel the motivation. And if you have anything like, ma'am, this diagram is good, this is good, whatever it is, please do let me know in the comments. And I also want to give shout out to some of the kids, okay, of the last class. They have put such beautiful comments. I will just call out your names as well. I wanted to put the photos, like the messages, but then the problem is it got pixelated, so that's why. Okay, so last class we have some beautiful comments by Appu. Appu is a very regular student, and we got it from Kamali. Kamali is one student who makes sure that she selects all the clips where I have spoken some joke, I have told some funny thing. She will clip that. So thank you, dear. Yarni is my DNA student, very nice. Okay, then we have Karishma, regular student. Okay, we have Sara. Okay, Sara is there, and then we have Nafal. Nafal is also our Now fall, okay, new fall, now fall, okay, now fall also is our student, okay, so I think I'm reading his name wrong. Deepak, regular student. Kirtana, Navya, regular student, okay, so yes, thank you so much. Nila, regular student. So all these people are my selfie queen. All of these people, shout out to all of you for attending the last class and putting a lot of comments as well. You also, all of your names also I want to read, so make sure you comment as well. So see you all in the next video. Super duper excited to see you all next. So till then, take care. Bye bye.